Hey. I gotta turn the music down though, Courtney. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Bourbon Blend. My name is Jay.
I'm Courtney.
And you're my wife.
I am your wife.
Since 1997. I was there.
Yes.
I also have it tattooed on my wrist just in case I ever forget. But anyway, welcome to show number 21. That's 2-1.
Yes, now we're legal.
And it reminds me of a Rush song, 2112, and a record.
Yep.
Did you like Rush?
I did like Rush.
You've been to a few Rush shows.
I have been to a few
I think
Rush
you got a
shows.
contact buzz in Nashville.
Yeah. Everybody did that was anywhere near us because the folks that were directly in front of us were enjoying some bud.
Yeah, Maddie asked what that funky smell was. She was like 8. I go, I'll tell you someday.
I know, not yet, but someday we will.
And she actually remembered and asked me many years later. And I was like, that was a big old joint.
That was a big old joint is what it was.
Word, we've got some legends here in the Hizzle, including Ravin, Tim the Toolman Taylor, Pipe Layer himself. Mike B is here. O-Tag, Orange Taffy like. We got Bourbon School, who's in the bourbon YouTube space. One of the great couples in the YouTube bourbon space.
Well
truly,
done.
we model after them.
Yes.
So many great couples that do shit on the YouTubes. We try to fit in.
Yep. I'm trying to be like cool kids.
Real Deal coming in from the greater Huntsville area as well. Glad to have him here. Whiskey Nose, what up, bro? Yes. Man, so many greats. And the Pipe himself, Pipe Layer. God, I love every Monday morning, Pipe sends a welcoming message to me and Johnny.
Really
it just gets the week started.
He's just getting you started, making sure that things are fresh on your mind.
Fresh on my mind.
Fresh on your mind, yes.
All right, so the agenda, according to the agenda that I was given, did I write this one or did you write this one?
You wrote this one, Jay.
We're going to talk about Auburn basketball and SEC basketball. We'd love to start off with basketball because it
is basketball season.
It's a perfect prelude to bourbon.
Guess what tomorrow begins, Jay? It's March 1st, and what happens in March?
God,
it's March Madness.
I am so glad to be done with February. It really kind of sucked.
Yeah. But today is Leap Day, once every 4 years, so I figure I might as well imbibe as much as I can with this brown water. I mean, if I can only celebrate this day once every 4 years, I got to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a leap drinking day. Revenge jumps in. Any Huntsville people frequenting the Nook? The answer: I'm not a Huntsville person, but I am frequenting the Nook.
That's an excellent place to go.
Yes, Faith is the co-runner of that establishment, and we love us some Faith.
Yes.
What a legend.
Yes, it is. That place is really, really sweet.
And she and her partner and her dad have emphasized bourbon at that place. They've got a bourbon bar in that bad boy.
It's a beautiful little bar. It's small, but it has an amazing selection and priced very reasonably. So.
Don Properdicken is tuned in from Maastricht, Holland. Says, I heard they were flying around at practice today, talking about the Auburn Tigers.
Oh, there you go.
Don, of course, part of the ruling class down there. Well, we used to call it ruling class. Now the royal family in southern Holland. And the entire Properdicken family. Great people. Great people.
They are.
Let's see. Cincy Blitzboards, a.k.a. Pipe, says, I also like to frequent the Nook. Hey, I know you haven't been there.
I think we're talking about a different kind of Nook.
You would love this particular Nook, Pipe, because there's a lot of drinking going on there.
There's a lot of drinking going on.
And that's what you and I do together when we're together. Also, Pipe's wife, Daphne.
Yes.
Some know her as Amanda for some reason. She had a birthday recently. I think it was last week. So a happy birthday to Amanda, who's also a legend.
Yeah, she is.
We like Amanda. Amanda, I didn't know that she liked me in the beginning, honestly.
Well, there are a lot of people that kind of find it hard to...
They find me off-putting?
Yes. You're a lot to take in sometimes, Jay.
Maybe I should be off-putting. You know what I mean? Got him. All right, so we'll talk about Auburn basketball and SEC basketball a little bit. Then we're going to go into the theme of our show tonight, which is Blanton's Beaters.
Yes.
We grew up in Kentucky, went to college in Kentucky at a time when Blanton's was too rich for us.
Well, it came out, then, and it was very fancy. Like, that was very fancy. And
not a whole lot left in this bottle, Miss Courtney.
It's now that my palate's a little more refined, I would say, from bourbon, Blanton's is fine. It's good. It is definitely one that you need to have on your bar because it is a beautiful bottle.
Beautiful.
And I love the horses, just not to collect them, but I love the horses because it reminds me of Kentucky. And you need to have that on your bar, whether you drink it or not. it's a beautiful centerpiece to have.
It is. It's not our centerpiece.
No, but we do have 2 lamps made out of Blanton's bottles.
I would agree. What is our centerpiece?
Our centerpiece right now is Rock Hill Farms.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was the half gallon of Will at Pot Still.
No, well, that's in the back.
Because it's like the Eiffel Tower. You know?
But we have Rock Hill Farms and Birthday Bourbon up front.
Michael A. says, I've adopted Courtney as one of my little sisters.
I doubt I could be your little sister.
Is he talking about you, or is it a different Courtney? We also got Major Zero in the house. Major Zero.
Yes, cheers.
Another great YouTube bourbon guy who did a hunt video every single day in the month of February.
I know, that is impressive. Very impressive.
Something that we wish we could do.
I know.
Someday we will
we
ascend
can grow
to such
up
heights.
and be like that. That's really cool.
And he also is, I run a online community at auburnsports.com, and Major Zero runs an online community of his own that I am part of, so we have that in common. And he does a fine job. His community is very friendly and welcoming. Bourbon School is part of it as well, and I bet you Whiskey Nose is as well. Tim the Toolman Taylor says, pulled a rookie maneuver tonight and drank too much on an empty stomach.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have done that.
We have a great follow-up for you at the end of the show tonight on how you can help recover from drinking too much.
Is this personal experience from me?
Well, we have the end that we're going to discuss. Anyway,
we are.
Right
Yeah. I did want to mention I am not going to be drinking very much tonight. I went into AFib about 3 hours after the show last week. And if you guys don't know that, it means your heart's just kind of quivering out of rhythm, which has happened to me occasionally, but it happened pretty bad this time. I went 48 hours in AFib, and when you go 72, you got to go to the hospital. So I was really counting down the hours. Fortunately, I popped back in. So I'm okay now.
So my answer is, let's try it again. Not really.
The real problem wasn't the show.
No, it was not the show. The problem was the night before.
Show. Yeah, the Steel Panther
Steel Panther show, which we discussed last night or last week. Excuse me. He definitely had way too much. So anyway, moving right along. Jay will just have little sips tonight.
Just a little
instead of downing it like his wifey.
Vince says, just remember Blanton's is endorsed by John Wick, so there's that. That is a positive.
That's true.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I endorse Blanton's. It's just that don't get carried away with it.
I'm not going to go and pay $140 duty free for it.
Appreciate you, Tim. So we're going to do the blend showdown. We got a few bourbons we think are worthy of at least consideration when you can't find Blanton's and you feel like you've struck out, which you shouldn't feel that way. And then we're going to do some pictures. I only have 2 this week, but one of them is really pretty impressive. And then we're going to do. Do you want to say what the special one is at the end?
Not yet.
Okay, we're gonna save that.
Got a great finish.
Let's go over and take a look at hoops. We're gonna do a little Auburn talk because that's what I do for my day job and my night job, honestly. The Auburn Tigers lost at Tennessee last night, 92-84, in a game that was pretty closely contested. The problem was Dalton Connect, the outstanding wing for Tennessee, transferred from University of Northern Colorado, had 39. Hell yeah, it was. Okay, he played there. And he dropped 39 on Auburn. He also dropped 39 on Florida last month. This dude can absolutely ball, and Auburn had no answer for that. You know, if he just scores 25 or 30, I mean, I'm not a mathematician here, but I think they probably get that W.
Wouldn't have lost then.
Jalen Williams came back from that injury, what we thought was going to be a horror injury in the UK game, where he landed on his right knee and then twisted it, and he was out of the game. He only missed 1 game, Courtney. Came back, played, scored 12 points. I think he played 21 minutes and really didn't look impeded at all. So that's great news for Auburn going forward. Point guards, not a great night. 5 points, 5 assists, and 2 turnovers in 40 minutes or 38 minutes, whatever. Trey didn't score last night. Aiden had 5, but I don't know, man. You just can't be great in March if your point guards aren't playing up to par.
No.
And it's tough. Auburn had 16 turnovers last night. They had 10 in the first half, which is very uncharacteristic. They probably average, they average 8 or 9 a game, and then they had 10 in the first half. So, they sooled it down a little bit in the second half, but 16 total still, that's twice too many, in my opinion.
I will say I'm not one to be about the refs screwed the game, but I will tell you in the last 3 or 4 minutes of that game, they just kind of gave up. I think I'm tired of reffing. I'm not going to call any fouls right now. It was really strange. There were some very obvious fouls, and I'm not the hugest Auburn fan. I do like the Tigers, but but it wasn't like I was homering. I was like, that was a foul. And they just were not calling them. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was weird. Beginning of the second half, they were calling everything, and then by the time we got to 5 minutes left, they were it was like war zone out there.
I was like, oh, you've used up your allotment.
I think BP blew his stack with about 4 minutes to go. We got a technical after an obvious foul against Jalen Williams was missed or just not called, and that ended up not working out so great because they went on a little bit of a run there and finished it out. So. Anyway, that's one that I think on a neutral court, that's probably a different situation. But the fact they were playing in Thompson Bowling makes it a little difficult. They're 21-7 overall. The Auburn Tigers are. They're 10-5 in league play. I believe they are 6 in KenPom right now. The computers love Auburn. The computers love the way that Auburn has so much depth, and they have good scoring and good defense. So they're darlings of that, and I love. It's a good team. It's a really good Auburn team. I'm just curious to see how these guards are going to have to step up, particularly when March Madness starts. They could get, if they play well in Nashville. Let's say they win 2. I think they could get a 3 seed in the Big Dance, and I think if they crash out in Nashville and maybe, I think they're going to win their last 3 games here of the regular season. I think there's probably a 75% chance of that, if not better. At that point, they're going to get a 3 or 4 regardless. But I think the lowest they're going to get is a 5. So anywhere from 3 to 5, and that's a big difference first round. If you're a 5 versus a 3, you're either playing Coppin State or you're playing somebody like James Madison, who you don't want to mess with right now. So, anywho, that's the situation there. And they got Mississippi State at home on Saturday. That's 3 o'clock tip. That's going to be on ESPN2. And Mississippi State has had some hard times here lately. I think they've lost 5 of 6. Assistant coach Scott Padgett.
Oh, I did not know that.
From University of Kentucky. I covered him at UK, and I covered his wife Cynthia, who's a very good outside hitter for the volleyball team, despite being very short. She was quite a jumper. Looking over at the standings now, Tennessee Vols and Alabama tied atop the standings with South Carolina still making a surge. South Carolina got a big win the other night, and Auburn 2 games behind the leaders and 1 behind South Carolina. So Auburn would really like to get in the top 4. That assures them a bye in the first round of the SEC tournament and gives you a better shot to get deeper in that tournament, not having to worry about the first day. So, the good news for the Auburn Tigers, 3 games left in the regular season. They're all very winnable. Home against Mississippi State, at Missouri, which worries me a little bit, actually, because they're so shitty. But it's going to be senior night, and you think if you've got an ounce of pride.
That's when you're going to get your 1 SEC win.
Yeah, if you've got an ounce of pride, you're going to show up and try to win that game. I don't know. And then you got Georgia at home to finish. You think Auburn would win that game too. So if they go 3-0 there, I think they're going to finish top 4, and it'll all be Gucci. So Wardam Stevens' dreaded 5 seed coming up. That is a very Auburn thing to say right there. But I think they're going to be better than that. I really do. I think they're going to be fine. So that's the latest with the Auburn Tigers. Great news with Jalen, though. I think that's a big deal there. Janai had a good game the other night. So you got Janai and Jalen you feel really good about. Chad was a little hyper, maybe too hyped.
Okay.
Last night, I like to see him a little more in the zone. He tried another behind the back pass for no reason.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
dude, what are you doing?
Just put it in the bucket. Let's not get fancy.
Just got to step up at the guard positions. Just absolutely got to have better play there. So.
Well, Bruce getting the technical really changed the direction right there, I think, of the game.
Yeah, well, I don't know about the direction.
Sometimes that gets the team hyped up and like, yeah, my coach is in it, but I didn't see it after that.
No.
Because they got the ball back. Not only are you shooting free throws, but then you get the ball, and then they score. It's like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's how technicals work. Tough.
No shit.
By the way, the Transylvania University women
are still winning.
Our alma mater
Yes.
have won 60 in a row. That's 6-0.
We cannot wait for this NCAA tournament.
And my friend Joe Goodman, I was making fun of him about it today because he kept writing that Samford has more wins than anyone in the NCAA. I said, I beg to differ.
I bet that is incorrect.
Because my alma mater has
that is incorrect.
26 or 27. I don't know how many. But anyway, let's go Pios.
That's right.
Courtney is very modest about this, but she is herself a former Pio. She played
Transylvania University.
We met. And
athlete.
She was a sweeper on the field hockey team.
Yes, I was. Love some field hockey. If you've never watched field hockey, you need to watch Field Hockey Game. even if it's on ESPN Deportes or something else.
It's on the Ocho.
It is. It's on the Ocho. You need to check a field hockey game out because them girls are some ballers.
Ravin says, so Jay's not drinking much tonight. Better make it Blanton's. You read
Is that
about
what you
that?
poured?
Yeah, I poured just a little bitty,
Okay.
just a little taster. Michael,
Well, I'm not the big wimp, so I've already had 3 pours of the Old Granddad and 114.
are you serious?
Yeah, I gotta get into the game
must
here.
be nice to not have a rib.
But I have to tell on myself. So we travel over here.
can see it.
Travel over here to our studio
My mom's house.
to do the show. And when we traveled over here, we're bringing the bottles, and I'm like, I'll just put the Glencairns in there. Well, I should have probably wrapped them up a little bit because I doubt you guys. You might be able to see it, but this one's got a nice little crack in it now. And I'm like, well, we're still gonna use it.
I would say you just don't have a lot of practice wrapping it up.
I don't. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had to
Got
wrap it up,
'em.
so
Hey,
I'm not
Cuz
used
from
to
across
that.
the street is here.
Hey, Cuz.
Cheers to cousin.
Cheers.
Appreciate you, brother, being here. What else? Corey's in the house. Half of the Montgomery Power couple right there.
Yes.
And Corey joking that field hockey would definitely be on the Ocho.
Hey, listen now. Wait till the Olympics. It'll be on something.
It will definitely be, and we'll lose. The United States will get our ass beat.
Stop.
It's all right. All right, we're going to start off with this. We go places all the time, and it's like a joke in a lot of these liquor
Yes.
stores. It's like, no, we don't have Blanton's. The guy at the Wine World in Sandestin wears a hat that says, we don't have Blanton's.
We don't have Blanton's. I love it. That's just, why don't we just beat everybody up
I just
like
love
I
that
don't
people
have
come
this.
in and go, do you go get Blanton's? I mean, it really
Yeah.
happens. Blanton's, when you and I were young, was just kind of an upper class bourbon that was available everywhere we
very
went. It was
upper class.
$50, I think.
And I will tell you what, I would never have paid that much for
Hell
bourbon
no.
at the time.
No.
Of course you're broke.
No. We were drinking Red Top Makers.
We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that in the repertoire.
And back in the day,
anymore.
like if I was feeling really like deluxe, I would get some of the gold label.
See, I don't even
Makers,
remember that.
which was higher proof. And I went to school. One of the KAs was one of Bill Samuels's. I guess that would be his nephew. And one of the Samuels went to UK. I'm sorry, went to Chansey with us, and he had a lot of Maker's Mark. You would imagine.
Of course.
Yeah. So JM, what's up, man? There he is. This is one of our friends from Rebel Grove. He was a G-Pits fan, as you
There
can
you
see
go.
right there. And so glad to have our friends from the Ole Miss site with us some. We still have a few that hang out with us a
Yes.
little bit.
Some will come and show up.
But JM is one of the really good ones. Jeff is. Okay, so Blanton's very available. We just couldn't afford it. We bought our first bottle. Golly, we were living in the apartment. I had got a full-time job, and I was like, hey, you want to get some Blanton's? And you're like, I don't know. Can we afford it?
Yeah, can we afford it? And that was the one bottle that we had of bourbon. That was before we were big bourbon drinkers. We used to drink beer back in the day.
Yeah, we did.
That was before we really started drinking bourbon. But the beautiful part about Blanton's is it actually really was the beginner that brought bourbon back. Because bourbon had a little, vacation during the time when gin and vodkas were very popular, cocktails, Cosmos, martinis became very popular. Blanton's is really the one that brought bourbon back from the dead, so to speak.
Yeah, it really was.
And, so I give it respect for that for sure.
Absolutely. Bourbon was in the shitter in the 70s for sure. Everybody wanted clear drinks.
Clear drinks.
And a lot of bad things were going on in the bourbon world. But Blanton's, with the single barrel concept, really brought it back.
And it definitely had to do with the shape of the bottle, the horse on it. I mean, that's an expensive bottle to produce and make. And to still have it at a retail of about $60, is nice, very nice.
The problem with Blanton's is now I think retail is $55. You're lucky to find it under $70 now. And, because passed along a picture from Booty Free the other day where it was like $150.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not worth that. Blanton's is good, but there's a point where it's too expensive and there's better stuff.
When we went to visit Buffalo Trace, they take you in the Blanton's packaging area. And so there's
Yes,
just
they
bottles
do.
and cases of this stuff everywhere, right? And that's before you go in, they also remind you that there's security around the perimeter and they know everything that's in there. But anyway, when you go in, it's interesting because they have they have it just like this in the bottle. And then they also have it in the protective sleeve and then also in the box. So they have it in different kinds of ways. And the reason why they did that was because so many people were trying to find certain kinds of letters on the horses. And they would go and just open up and rip open the boxes of Blanton's. And so they decided that doesn't make any sense. That's a huge waste of money. So why don't we just put these suckers out like this instead of in the fancy Blanton's boxes?
When do you think we were at Buffalo Trace last?
Buffalo Trace was May of last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonder if I can find it.
It was May of 23.
This makes for great
Stuart was at
videos.
it, so go back up. Stuart was at it with us. I have a picture of it. I don't know if you do.
Oh, here it is.
There
yeah.
it is, yeah. So, yes,
Yeah, let me show you guys a
very
picture. This is
interesting.
that's the Blanton's line. They let you take a picture. You're not supposed to take video,
Yeah.
but I took a picture. And this is I think it's the only one that was going that day. So it's like, 4 or 5 people in a line, and they come down this line, and they pull them off and put them in boxes. It was very exciting because I just wish I could have
No,
grabbed
they
some
had
of those
two
boxes.
lines. They had this line, and the line on the other side was doing Blanton's Gold.
That's correct, Courtney.
Yeah.
You're right. I wish I could have
See,
just
they
grabbed
have
a
some
couple
boxes there. We should have taken a picture. Yeah, they have the boxes there, but like when they put them in the cases for the stores, some of them have the boxes and some don't. So
Interesting. Good stuff there. JM says, I have a Blanton's on my shelf, but I barely drink it. It's not my top 3, maybe not top 6. I would probably agree with that sentiment.
yes, definitely.
Oh, there's definitely better than this. Yeah, and it's kind of
That's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Yes, exactly. So, Blanton's, anyway, good stuff. Buffalo Trace, it's in Frankfort, which is about halfway between Louisville and Lexington on Interstate
I have a little pour of that.
64. Is that right?
Yep, 64.
Pour it yourself. You're
Oh.
stewed, buttwad.
Dang, did y'all hear that? That is not
Retails 60 to $70. I think 65 is the MSRP, whatever. But I think Mike B was saying it's 75 where he's at in Indiana. OTAG reminds us that everybody has that one friend that walks into a liquor store and the first thing they do is ask if they have any Blanton's.
And you're like, ugh.
I don't have a friend like that, but that doesn't
Well-
mean they don't exist. I bet I have some. I bet my friends from Hall and Hall would do that in a heartbeat. 93 proof. So this is definitely not a hot pour at all.
Wow.
No age statement, but the single barrels, the private barrels that people buy, like the guy at there in Rosemary Beach,
Yes.
who had 2 private barrels of
3.
Blanton's.
He had 3 private.
His were 7 years. So that's probably approximately the age. The mash bills are not public knowledge at all for any of the Buffalo Trace stuff. This is mash bill 2, which is a slightly higher rye content. The theory is that the rye content is probably 14-ish%.
Interesting.
So I'm thinking it's probably something along the lines of, I don't know, 72% corn, 14% rye, and whatever's left is going to be barley. But I'm just spitballing. And as Courtney mentioned earlier, they were the first commercial single barrel offering in 1984. So
84, wow.
yeah, that was when the first bottle of the first mass-produced bottle. They were doing some private stuff, truly private stuff at Buffalo Trace prior to that. Uh-oh. I referenced earlier, I bet some of my friends from Hall and Hall might do that. One of my friends from Hall and Hall, Woodrow,
I just
texted me and said, ouch.
It's hitting a little close to home there.
Woody really likes Blanton's, so, I mean,
Yeah.
good for him.
It is good.
No, it's not bad.
It's good. It's not bad. I would never shoot it down. It's just, it's so overrun that everybody's like, oh my God, I got to get Blanton's. And I mean, it's good, but
It is good.
we like some other things that are a little bit cheaper.
Now, I'm not trying to talk any shit here, but we are co-owners of a bottle of Blanton's Gold.
Yes, we
and we're
are.
co-owners of a bottle of Straight from the Barrel.
Straight from the Barrel.
Which is really, really good.
Yeah.
If Woodrow ever comes to visit us, we would definitely get him some Straight from the
yeah,
Barrel.
for sure.
I mean, without a single doubt at all. Let's see, Jeff S., who I think's new to the channel. I haven't seen him before. Jeff, it's great to
Jeff.
have you. I've collected 3 bottles of Blanton's, yet to open one, haha, because I can't stop drinking my Eagle Rare.
Ah,
I personally like Eagle Rare a little bit better than Blanton's, so that's a
yes.
good call.
Eagle Rare is very good.
Yeah, we have 4 bottles of it. We just give it away for gifts and shit. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too.
Which we will be. So.
And Cuz says Blanton's is good for gifting. It is. It's amazing for gifting. You can really change someone's life with a bottle of Blanton's. Mm-hmm. We sent one to Henri. Some of you who know from Auburn Sports, our intern Henri. We sent one via
to his mom.
Via Henri to his mom, and she was flabbergasted. She literally sent us a thank you note that she wrote.
Yeah, that's
What is this? What is this? 1995? Like,
yeah, it actually had postage on it,
which is really cool. I'm not ragging on that.
No, it was awesome. We love it. I mean, it's very nice to get a true handwritten thank you note that isn't 4 sentences. It was actually meaningful. So anyway,
that's to me now
it's good. It's very good.
It's light.
Well, yeah, it's very light. You like it a little hotter than this for sure.
Yeah, we both do.
Right.
I'm drinking it in such a low quantity here because I don't want to get drunk. Though I taste like a grape note or something on it, like grapey.
You were saying it had a higher rye content. I don't taste that at all.
Well, it's not like high. Some of the stuff we're drinking tonight has a much higher rye content.
Yep.
But compared to the mash bill 1 that they have, this is mash bill 2, it's a little bit higher rye. But I wouldn't consider a high rye, no.
Yeah.
All right, so there's Bland's, there's your baseline.
Right. All right, we tried it. We like it. It's good.
So
when you can't get your Bland's at your store because you walked in and you said, hey, do you guys have Bland's? And they said, no, we don't have Bland's for you. You need to wander right on over to the bourbon shelf and you can find an assortment, hopefully similar to what we have here.
Biscuit says, holy cow, 3,100 viewers. I know. They were promised. They thought Taylor Swift was going to be on here with us.
I know, it is. And it
was actually DeAndre Swift, but it was close enough. All right, so Courtney and I sat down and brainstormed, and we thought, hey, for our folks that don't know bourbon very well, if we could find, let's say we had to go out today and find them some shit that we thought was as good as or better than Blanton's, what would you pick?
And you know what's very interesting about that is anybody that's friends with me on Facebook, I posted a picture last night, and then Jay changed what we're doing today.
Oh,
I love you.
I did change.
I love you. You did change what we did. So I already had a vision, and it changed. But that's okay.
Well, hold on. There is one bourbon on here that we agreed on from the very beginning. It was your favorite one. It was the Origin.
Yes,
that Origin, was the first one.
For sure. And the Four Roses is very good as well. But I would have done something different here. But Jay switched this up, and
hey,
that's okay.
We'll get to that when we get to that,
that's okay?
Why don't you just worry about what you worry about, and I'll worry about what I worry about, okay? All right, so Courtney's number one pick, and I completely agree with this. I think this is the best value in bourbon, period. And there's some good values. Bridget's in the house. Look at that.
Hey!
And she has a lot to say. Courtney, I'm here. Johnny was logged into my Google account. LOL, your hair looks amazing, and I love your lipstick.
Oh, look at Bridge. He's so sweet. I love you, girl.
Thanks for tuning in, Bridge.
Good friend.
We love you, Bridge. Okay. Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin Series. We've been waiting for this.
Yes.
Because all they had for a while were like Discovery and Fusion. And
this is their stuff.
This is their juice, 100%. 6 years old. Retails, I think we paid 42 or 43 for this.
I was very surprised.
In Columbus, Georgia. 96 proof. 60% corn, 36% rye. So this is much higher rye content than Blanton's. And I think this is just an ideal summer bourbon.
I think that's the reason that I like it is because it has more rye in it, so there's a little more spice in it.
Definitely.
For this price point, I think this is an excellent bourbon. I also, when we were in California this summer.
What are you doing, bro?
When we were in California this summer, we even found it there for about the same price, too.
Yes.
I was very surprised.
We were shocked.
Yes, and I picked it up, and we finished that bottle on the deck of the Airbnb in the beautiful weather in July. It was like 68 degrees. It was so wonderful in San Diego.
We destroyed that bottle.
Yes, we tore it up.
Major Zero's headed out. He says, I have an early morning night, guys. Hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
Thank you.
Subscribe.
Thank you for reminding us, Major. And I appreciate the community that you have built there on your
Thank you for joining us
Discord.
tonight.
Appreciate you, brother. Okay, so Origin Series White. This is not ubiquitous, particularly in our state.
You're finished. That's all you got.
I do want to get a little...
Water. Hydrate.
I literally had like a quarter of an ounce.
I don't care. It's still got to hydrate. All right, so the only thing I don't like about this bottle is that it is a cheap old cork. Okay?
It is. It is.
Now, it's only 40-something bucks. So, I mean, they're going to have the cheaper cork. But I was used to the Bardstown having this really heavy-duty
That's what it looked like.
cork. I'll have a little heavier pour than Mr. Tate.
Yeah, just give me a little.
Give you a little shot here.
Just a itty bitty. That's whoa.
Stop.
God
Quit
dang,
being
Courtney.
a baby.
Yeah, when I. Jeez Louise.
All right, so Origin Series.
This is
Let's
their
try
stuff.
this out.
I think this debuted maybe 1 year ago. For the longest time, Bardstown Bourbon Company, which we really enjoy, had a lot of their stuff was sourced or blended.
Everything was sourced.
Well, in the beginning it was.
Yeah.
Then they started blending some stuff with their fusion. Now this is just totally their stuff. And if you are going to go on the bourbon trail, you have to go to Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Yes, it is definitely a new, fancier type distillery.
A lot of
It's owned by somebody from
South Florida.
From South Florida, and you kind of feel that when you're in there. It's really nice. It's very nice. I would definitely encourage anybody to go there. It's right off of
Bluegrass Parkway.
Bluegrass Parkway on the Bourbon Trail. So, ooh, that nose is really nice too.
It's definitely got a fruity front. Mike says that it reminds him of his mom's peach cobbler, which I'm sure is muy delicioso. I'm not familiar with her peach cobbler, but I bet it's good. Now he's got Corey wanting peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler. I don't get peach cobbler.
I get some fruit though.
I definitely get fruit. I can't figure out what it is. I think the thing I like about this is that it's a nice long finish for a cheaper bourbon. Yeah, I mean, you don't usually get a long finish on a cheaper bourbon.
Yeah, it's at least middle. Yeah, I'm still kind of tasting that, and it's been a good 30 seconds, so that's surprising.
Yeah, because usually you have a little more ethanol in something that's in the $40.
What's interesting is it has kind of a long finish, but it is not a burner.
No, it's not a burner at all. I mean, it's only 96 proof, so it's probably not going to be that much of a burner.
But Courtney's right; it's got a little bit of that spicy finish because of that rye content.
It's mild spice, though. It's not one of those burning your tongue or esophagus.
Esophagus, if you don't mind.
Esophagus.
So yeah, that's a good one. I'm with Mike B on this. He says all the baking notes.
Oh, I can get that. Some mild baking notes. Nothing overpowering. But yeah, I could even say I get some nutmeg.
Let's see. A Biscuit says drinking rare breed barrel proof 116 proof in honor of JGT only being able to drink 1/4 of an ounce pour.
I love it.
I'm just scared,
Thank
man.
you.
I just don't want to. I'm probably
It's
fine.
okay.
If Dr. Arlano's watching this, she's going to punch me in the face.
Cardiologist like,
She was like, you just got to stop drinking. And I was like, well, that's just not going to happen.
That's just not going to happen. So
what's the next choice?
Let's check box
She goes,
B.
okay, then maybe 2 drinks at most. And I was like, well, we can work around that, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Michael A says, how do you guys quiet your palate after tasting various bourbons? Great question.
That is a great question.
We have water here in these. Courtney fills them up with ice water. And I also drink this Body Armor Flash IV just so I stay hydrated.
I only usually do water. Sometimes I'll do cracker, like a saltine cracker or something like that when I really want to get the true taste of things. But I know what all these taste like, so it isn't something new I'm trying to figure out. So.
Tim has a great question here, Courtney. I'm good for a bourbon noob question, but here goes. How do you keep from drinking up your good stuff quickly? Great question.
Oh.
The key
well,
is,
why not drink it up quickly?
Yeah, we're definitely here to drink. Us and Cuz and Becky feel the same way.
Yeah, you buy it, you drink it, unless you want to trade for it. We're not into like selling and reselling stuff, but we do trade sometimes, just because
we will trade
sometimes
this
we
someday.
got lucky.
This is a Old Forester 150th anniversary.
We haven't broken into that.
We have not broken into this, and we may not. This is batch 3. We'll probably trade this at some point.
Yeah, that's one that Jay was like, we're not going to break into. And I was like, okay. But we have so much brown water that but that is a good question. I do like to drink the good stuff. Like, I'm not going to drink the one that I pay a whole lot of money for. I'm not going to drink up real quickly, though. I just have to stop and switch to something else.
Yeah, we have a lot of basic ones that we like, and we're drinking some of them tonight. So we just don't hit the hard ones that often.
Yeah,
the tough ones to find. Like for us, it's like Rock Hill Farms that we don't hit very very hard.
No, and of course the Willet that I have that is my very special.
Yeah,
stuff.
she has a 6-year purple and a 10-year purple, which we just kind of.
But they are amazing.
When we have friends come over,
But I'm like, hey, you all want to taste this? Because if it's something that I think they like, why not? That's the whole point of it, is to share.
Another good question from Biscuit. I was thinking about this earlier. I was talking to Joe Goodman from AL.com about this. When's the last time you went a week dry, not judging? It has been a minute, honestly, because we do the show. So it's always once a week, except during football season. And, of course, during football season, there's plenty of drinking going on.
And then when it's basketball, you're usually drinking once or twice a week at least.
Yeah, for the show. So I don't have a good answer for that, Biscuit. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. But I will say of course, I'm on a bourbon group on Facebook, and one of them said, one of the questions on there today was, how much do y'all drink each day? And somebody, the first comment said, mind your business. I loved it. I thought that was awesome. Mind your business. Made me laugh really hard.
Took part in a dry January. It was the longest month of his life.
Oh, that's why we didn't see you in January.
Yeah, that's why we didn't see much of you, Coco. Corey. Blake wants to know if we like Heaven Hill. We do. We had
I like the bottled and bond.
We had a bottle of the bottled and bond that we cashed out,
That's
and it's
good.
gone.
That's good.
Heaven Hill also does. Let's see. Elijah Craig is from there. Yeah. The Elijah Craig. Some of the stuff we like there. Barrel proof we like. We like the grenade that we got there.
Yep.
So yeah, there's some good stuff at Heaven Hill, particularly that bottled and bond. Let's see. Bridget says,
This
love
is
that
delicious.
place. I can drink bourbon there. She's talking about.
Oh, yes. Bardstown Bourbon had
Bardstown
her
Bourbon
best
Company.
cocktail. She really enjoyed the cocktails there. They were really good. It's a great bar there. They have a whole restaurant as well. So it's definitely something that you can spend half a day at least.
Let's see. Mike B says his good bottle is the 13th Colony Double Oaked. Special occasions only. I have not had that one. I'm not sure I've seen it, Mike. That sounds badass, brother.
Yes.
When I swing by there, we'll break it open. And I will be willing to break open my Parker's Heritage Double Barrel for you.
Oh, look at that.
Jeff says he made it through a dry January last year. Only made it 2 weeks this year.
I like it. I like it.
It depends. Corey says the real question is, how do you answer the how much you drink question at the doctor's office?
I usually do have to, when I go in, I'm like, hey, what do you mean by this? Because I need to know if it's a bad week, if it's a bad work week, or, lots of emotional things going on. I might have a few more.
Might have a few more, yeah.
But I will say, typically, I don't really drink during the week very much.
No.
Maybe I have one.
Well, does Thursday even count during the week?
Well, that's true.
It doesn't even count.
This is pre-weekend.
This is pre-weekend, yeah.
Pre-weekend.
During the week, it's just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's right.
And we usually don't drink much then, so that's good.
And I'm also looking for the politician that will make us have a 4-day work week. That runs on that. I will definitely vote for them. I don't care what party they are.
Mike B says Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, the white label with the blue writing on it, is his everyday drinker, which is a good one.
That's a nice one.
Well, look at here. Michael A says girls named Bridget are cool from my experience.
Well, you would be correct in this situation because she is super cool.
I know 2 Bridgets, and I like them both. Bridget W, who's on the show, and Bridget Graba from Auburn, who's an absolute legend as well. So 2 for 2, in my opinion. Also, I like pretty much every Courtney I've ever known.
Oh.
Courtney
like
Cowan was my least favorite, and then Courtney Broad is my favorite, my number 1 favorite.
Thanks. That's so sweet.
I have your name tattooed on me.
Well, we met 2 other Courtneys last weekend.
We did. They were cool ass chicks too, man.
Yes, they were.
Courtney's kick ass.
Yes, and they were both spelled the right way, so that's important.
Let's see. Call Me Biscuit says, don't like the view. You and AA are a little small square in the corner. Yeah, I know. We like to have our graphics up, though.
Jay loves his graphics.
I do love my graphics. I used to lay out pages in newspapers and shit, so it's
Jay
important
loves
to
a
me.
graphic.
Okay, so the origin. Are you going to finish that, or can we move on?
Sure we are.
Or oh, my God. Can you just pour a little bit less next time? I'm going to get a contact buzz from you, and it's going to fuck me up, man. All right, so.
That's not how this works.
Your first answer was Bardstown Bourbon Company white label. My first answer was this one right here, the Four Roses Single Barrel, which you didn't disagree with.
No, I did not disagree with.
This
is what I drink every time I go to La Jolla.
Oh, yes.
Yes, La Jolla, lovely restaurant here in Montgomery. Every time I go there, this is the pour I get from there. And it's because I know what I'm going to get, right? And it's delicious.
Know what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. Courtney's brother-in-law or ex-brother-in-law. I don't know how we describe Craig. Brother-in-law.
He's family.
Family. Just okay. Thank you.
Good Lord.
He lives in Lawrenceburg. Four Roses Distillery, the tour anyway, the visitor center was under construction last time we went by, so we didn't go in there, but And same thing at, we'll talk about it here in a minute, but Wild Turkey is in Lawrenceburg as well, and they were under construction, although I was looking to find Jimmy Russell and his big ball sack, but I didn't find it, unfortunately. I thought I would be able to see it.
Sorry.
Four Roses Single Barrel, of course, is a product of Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. That's about, 25 miles maybe southwest of Lexington on the Bluegrass Parkway. These retail for $50 to $60. I think we bought this for $52. 100 proof, no age statement, but the private barrels, the single barrels that you can get through the distillery are usually 7 to 9 years. 60% corn, 35% rye, 5% barley. So very similar to the mash bill that we enjoyed with the Bardstown. Very similar.
Gotcha.
This I always found, and I love Four Roses, is very sweet.
I don't smell the sweet on the nose though. And I think one of the things I do like, and I've just discovered this through doing this show for our 21st episode, is that I like things that are higher in rye and lower in barley. I typically don't like something that has more barley in it.
Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as a high barley bourbon.
Not a high barley. I'm saying
you like.
I'm saying a lot
wheaters.
of them have. I don't like wheaters.
Right, you don't like wheaters.
No.
I'm not sure I do either. Cuz has got a good collection of wheaters, and I mean we like Maker's Mark though, but sometimes they get a little, like the Wellers get a little sour, I guess would be the word that I would use for that.
This is delicious.
Yeah, this reminds me of that tasting that we did 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were tasting all those Four Roses.
I would very easily take this over drinking Blanton's. I said it.
Yeah, I would take this over Blanton's too.
Both of these over Blanton's. I mean, that's the whole point of what we're talking about, but when you're actually tasting it in the midst of it, yes. Now.
This is just straight up like fruity, citrusy to me.
It is fruity. I like the fruit.
Sweet fruit. D-Lucky in the house.
Hey, D-Lucky.
Possibly the only person on the show tonight who has a bedroom in our house named after him, the D-Lucky Suite. Late to the party. What's up, peeps? I got to catch up. We talked about Auburn losing the game, but still pretty damn good team. Need better guard play. I think they're going to win these last 3 games and finish in the top 4 and get the bye. And then we're looking for pours that we feel like are better
than Blanton's.
Blanton's. Better, more accessible and better value than Blanton's. How about that?
With the caveat that you should always have a bottle of Blanton's, just one that you keep out on your bar because it is a people pleaser. And it's a beautiful bottle.
It's a people
And when you
pleaser.
finish it, you can do several things with it. Make a lamp, make a candle.
You can make a brooch.
Make a tiki torch.
You can make a
you can
pterodactyl.
make it a brooch. It could be a great necklace. You never know.
Jeff says he introduced his mom to bourbon. Last week she tried Four Roses Single Barrel Traveler and Buffalo Trace. Four Roses was her favorite. I can see that.
There you go.
It's friendly. It's an inviting taste to me.
It is.
Particularly for somebody I think that has a background in wine consumption. Because again, wine is all about the fruit, and this to me is a little bit. It's kind of fruit forward,
That's
not
a
in
good
a
point. Something I hadn't thought of.
kind of a dry fruit. Not the way that an Amburana finish would be, like that really sweet fruit. It's kind of a dry fruit to me, and I love it. I'm fanatical about Four Roses Single Barrel.
It's really good.
Hell,
Now the regular Four Roses, the yellow label.
No,
It's
still-
okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. But this is so much better,
That's
and this would be
$18
worse.
for a half gallon. I mean, shit.
I don't think it's that cheap, but
You're that cheap.
oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Your dad drank stuff that was worse than that.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
You want to drink some Kentucky Gentleman?
No, I do not. No, I do not. I'm not on punishment.
Yeah, seriously though, Four Roses. We pretty much like everything above the yellow label, which is now like it's not even a yellow label anymore. It's like a parchment label. But
I like this.
the regular Four Roses, the small batch select, outstanding. You have a annual
This is very
release
good.
that I got you for your birthday.
Yes.
The
that was
2021
delicious.
annual release, which I thought was more woody than this.
Yeah. I
More of a
mean,
wood
for
taste.
something that you can afford every day, this may not be every day. It depends on what your budget is, but this is very good. Would strongly suggest everybody has a bottle of this as well.
Wow, Mike B says Four Roses tried to kill me in 2018. I've not had it after that. Hashtag cars and trees don't mix.
That is probably a good statement.
That reminds me
to
of
say.
a Leonard Skinner song.
Yeah. Four
something
Roses
about,
is
Something oak tree in my way. God dang it. How could I not remember this lyric? Oak tree in my way. There's the other half of the power couple in Montgomery right there. Tori W. Says, what up, y'all? Hope everyone is having a good night.
Yes.
What up, Tori?
So I would definitely pick this over Bland's.
I would for sure. Wardam Steve asks, what's our favorite Four Roses?
This is probably my favorite Four Roses. That's reasonable.
I splashed some cash for her birthday bottle, which was the annual release of 2021, and I still think this is probably better.
It was good.
I think so.
It was good. Now, we did do a show 2-3 weeks ago where we sampled all their mash bills.
Literally every mash bill they had.
So if you're interested in looking at that, that's an option for you to take a look at.
That probably should have put me in the hospital right there. D-Lucky says he's got some Four Roses small batch, or single barrel, excuse me, and a Wild Turkey rare breed. Which should I start with, folks? We've got all those too, D-Lucky.
I love
I would go with
the
Four
rare
Roses.
breed is delicious. Was gifted to us at Christmas time.
It was indeed.
I just cracked it open. So.
Delish.
All right, so let me finish this off because you finished your little piss in the drop.
I'm not doing it because I just don't feel like drinking. I just don't want to wake up with some problems, you know what I mean?
All I can say is that my it's not broken, my cracked Glencairn is still working really
I don't know how that happened, man.
I know exactly how it happened. I can show you. Let me see.
The song is called That Smell.
This is how I transported it. Probably not the best way. I mean, we have a lot of these, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, moving right along. Hey,
that's from the Muppet movie. Wardam Steve says, Four Roses tried to kill me at the beach. Four Roses is firmly planted in Lawrenceburg.
A bottle one night?
Drank a bottle one night after a day of full beach beers. Rough round of golf.
First of all, when you're at the beach, you're already dehydrated no matter what you drank. And if you're drinking beer at the beach and then started on bourbon,
wow.
I'm glad you're here to tell us the story.
That's part of what happened to me at the Steel Panther concert. We were drinking PBR. We started with bourbon, then went to PBR and came back to bourbon.
And then we were dancing and sweating, and so, yeah.
Destroyed. And I got to hear a grandma scream pussy whipped over and over again. It was amazing.
She did. It was great.
Listen to this. Michael A. says, researched Old Forester 100 after you guys mentioned it. Research told me to expect banana aroma and taste. I must admit the research was spot on in his opinion. Old Forester, we were going to do Old Forester 100. Well, yeah, that's the one. I was talking about the Black Label, which is also a 100.
We have this, and then I didn't bring that one.
That single barrel 100.
No, this is the Old Forester 100 proof that he's talking about.
Banana to me is like Jack Daniels.
Let me see if I'm just going to take a little.
For research purposes.
This is definitely for research. I mean, I got to make sure and clarify what he's talking about.
Oh, of course. There's no doubt.
Let me see if now that you're mentioning banana, let me see if I have some banana. You know, you are supposed to have some more potassium with your AFib, so maybe this would count.
I don't have.
Do you think that
I ran out of bananas.
Are your bananas gone?
Yeah.
Aww.
Trying to keep
Guess what? The store will provide you some more.
Whiskey bottles, brand new cars, oak tree in my way. There's too much coke and too much smoke. Look what's going on inside you. Bow, bow, bow. Ooh, that smell. You know that song? Bow, bow, bow. Can't you smell that smell?
I don't get banana aroma, but now that you're saying banana, I get banana taste. I do get banana taste.
Hey. Wardam Steve says, woke up Undertaker style is what saved me. Almost fell asleep in the shower before the round the next morning. He was like laying down and went, I'm back. And we're back.
And we're back.
All right, so you get that banana?
I do get the banana and the taste. I don't get the aroma.
Banana?
I don't get the aroma, but I get...
this cracked ass cup, shit.
Hey, drink out of it. It's delicious.
Okay, I do. On that second, lick of my tongue. I didn't put a lot in my mouth, though. That's what she said. Corey says, nice of Gwen Stefani, of course, to spell banana for us.
Banana.
Bananas. Banana mama. Okay, and so Four Roses single barrel, Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin, white label, and then our third Blanton's Beater that is easily available for everybody is going to be the Russell's Reserve single barrel. Now,
so not to be confused.
Snortney.
Not to be confused with the Russell's 10.
Let's go ahead. Here, I'll go the full shot on that one.
There's Russell's 10, and this is what I wanted to participate in.
See, I wanted this one.
And I wanted this one, so we're going to do both.
Well, you're going to do both. I can't just keep drinking, Courtney.
You haven't been drinking. You've had like an ounce.
I'm trying to play nice with my heart right now, okay? This is from Wild Turkey Distillery, which is just a few miles away from Four Roses in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
Up the hill.
Yes.
Up the hill.
Near Lexington. Retails for, I think I paid $67 for this today. 110 proof, so this is definitely a little hotter than the Blanton's and the Origin. No age statement on this, but I believe it's in the 7 to 9 range usually when you get the private barrels here. 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% barley. So this is going to be high barley, according to Courtney.
You need to hush your mouth.
I'm just curious what this one does for you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know that I've had the single barrel. I honestly don't know that I have.
Well, keep it real light there.
That's why I wanted to go with the 10-year. But Jay's like, no, we're going to go.
Thank you.
Oh my God, it looks like somebody just dribbled in your glass.
Well, sometimes you get dribbled on too.
Anyway. All right, let's see what this nose is.
Colin Biscuit says, lick of the tongue of bananas, perverts. I wish I had my sound button here. I'll do it. Whack, whack, whack. Let's see. Michael says, been told that the second lick of the banana is the tell. Miss Courtney, thoughts?
Sure.
She's speechless on that one. Okay.
I mean, because I started thinking of different things because
and then Ravin,
Call Me Biscuit said something like that.
Ravin says, Russell's, that's my pick. This is good stuff, man.
It has a nice aroma on the nose.
Yeah,
I like
it really
it.
has. It's the best nose that we've had tonight, in my opinion. Well, aside, the Bland's had a nice nose, too. It's hard to beat that.
No, the Bardstown had the best nose for me.
The Old Forester 1924 had such an amazing nose, though.
Yeah, this isn't. This is good, but it's not.
What is that? What is that little twist at the end on the nose there? It's almost like bread or something.
I don't know. Let me try some.
It's like bread to me. This is going to be lower rye, higher barley, a lot of corn. You would expect this to be sweet.
I don't like this.
She doesn't like it.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
Otag says, never look another man in the eye when you're eating a banana. That is really good advice.
That is true, especially it depends on how you're eating the banana too. You have to.
Jeff says, store rep recommended the 10-year over the single barrel. Haven't even tried the single barrel yet. All right.
I haven't. I don't know that I've had this before.
My thought was that this would be more.
This tastes earthy to me. Like, no, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the more barley. I don't know what it is.
I don't get any earth in this at all. Like none. This tastes like bread to me. Like bread.
See, this is one of the beautiful things.
Which is fine.
About tasting different bourbons. Nobody's wrong.
Well, you're pounding it, and I get like a quarter of an ounce.
Everybody's palate is different based on what you've had in your life and why you taste differently. But I mean, this is fine. It's fine. But I definitely will go with this in just a minute. I'm definitely going with the 10-year.
Ravin wants to know how many ways are there to eat a banana, Miss Courtney? You can do it with two hands.
There's lots of ways.
You
can do it with two hands, one hand, just your mouth. I mean, sometimes you just have to go right in with your mouth.
Have you ever used your foot? Could you use a foot to eat a banana?
You could use a foot. You could use any orifice, right?
Man?
Somebody else's orifice.
Like an ear? Mm-hmm. Or a nose?
Our nose? Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. Definitely a nose.
I don't know what's going on. AU256 is here, and he says, late jumping on, so I'm not sure what y'all have missed, what he's missed, obviously, but he's had Russell's 10 as some of his
thank you. That's what we're going to have next.
All right, we'll just have the just get your 10 out.
See, here, first of all.
Good golly, man.
That needs to go on that side.
Colin Biscuit says Jimmy Russell is always my favorite. Jimmy Russell, I was hoping to catch him at the hospitality center, because everybody said he has a big ball sack, and I wanted to see it. Not the actual ball sack, but
what?
The talk in the town is that he sits in his rocking chair.
Well, first of all,
and he's got a big sack.
The reason that looks that way is because he's wearing khakis.
Yeah.
And he's leaned back in his chair, and he's an old man that puts his belt up here under his boobies, and so therefore, when you jack it up that high, you're gonna create some sackage, right?
Sack spillage.
Yes.
Really what
so
you're
therefore, I mean,
spillage
good for him. First of all, God bless that man. He has millions and millions and probably billions of dollars, and he's still coming down to the gift shop and sitting in the damn rocket chair
I know, but
and signing bottles.
He's personally responsible for a lot of kids being alive right now because a lot of people drank his stuff and ended up doing the business.
First of all,
Runner 24 says he missed a lot of bananas and minimal drinking by Jay. That's about it. Dude, Runner 24, I feel like you're...
I mean...
We've been on the air for an hour, Big Daddy. Jeez. Colin Biscuit says, Hope Madison isn't here yet. Have you heard her parents talk bananas?
Oh, first of all...
Where's my laugh button?
I don't know where that girl is. She's probably asleep because she had another 12-hour day today.
That sucks to have to hear her how hard she has to work, guys.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, Courtney wants to drink. Hey, is that still your pour from the single barrel? Oh my
Just
God.
you hold on.
You know, it's not until I try to not drink until I realize how much you're drinking. You need to slow it down.
Why does it matter?
You need to watch your roll, young lady. I'm concerned about how much.
Is Daddy telling me I need to slow down?
I'm concerned about how much you're drinking.
Is Daddy telling me I have to slow down? Because if so, bottoms up.
Oh, that's BS. Wardam Steve says, didn't think I would, but just found a Russell's White 10-year in a top box that I could open without digging deep.
Oh.
A Russell's 10-year, that's what you've got right there.
Is that this?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Calls it a white label, yeah.
Okay, oops. I cannot hold this thing straight on here because it doesn't look right. Okay, so this is my pick for our
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the main.
Besides
I'm
this,
going to go back to the main shot here because we don't have I didn't make a placard for the bourbon that you're just pulling out of your ass here.
Well, it's not the
Keep it
bourbon
small.
I have Rare Breed coming up next, so. Because these are ones that I wanted and somebody decided to change them. I won't say who. That's okay. You know, sometimes the man knows better. Let me see what this nose is like.
Do you like it says Colin Biscuit? I hate to hear that, but that's how she got here.
Well, I will say that...
He's familiar with the struggle. If we want to call it a struggle.
Did you just apply?
Like, yeah, I did.
What do you have tonight?
Marshmallow. I found out recently that marshmallow and, what was it, the sugar cookie.
Sugar cookie.
They're the same thing. No, they're not similar. It's the same fucking thing.
Jay is very butthurt by this.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
that's how they...
I mean, it's great. It's good marketing, right?
Yeah.
They have to just repurpose it.
So, sugar cookie / marshmallow is my
Well,
favorite.
those are both like winter flavors, though.
No,
right?
marshmallow is part of the s'mores package, which they do in the fall.
Oh, they do that.
And then sugar cookie is like
sugar cookies.
springish.
No, sugar cookies got to be winter.
Okay, then s'mores, I guess, is summer. Yeah, you cook s'mores in the summer, right?
S'more. Did you say s'mores?
Yeah, it was like at my...
There's no s'mores.
It was the Jew in me coming out.
S'mores. There's no s'mores in it. Mm-mm. Anyway. Okay. Let's see here.
Here we go. Here it comes. This is like... You know how like... Hold on, before you even start. This is going to be like Diners, Drives, and Dives when...
What was it? What was the show you just
Drivers,
said?
Dine-ins, and your divers. When
It's
Guy
called
Fieri...
Diners,
Drive-ins, and Dives.
Very good.
DDD.
Okay. Yes.
When he rolls into a place and it's kitschy, you know what I mean? You know what's coming. It's going to be a... We're going to a great place in Scottsdale, Arizona, where they make the greatest burgers in there. This is shaking. You know,
Does he not sound just like you?
And you know he's going to go, oh my God, this is what Courtney's going to do right now. I can feel it already.
I mean, this is good, but it's not as good as I was anticipating. I will say that. Now, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is amazing. It's good. It's better than the other one.
Keith. Is this? Could that be Keith from the Keith?
It is Keith.
That's
Keith.
Keith?
Keith.
Is that the Keith?
Cheers, Keith. Yes.
I beat Keith in 80s trivia.
Yes. Well, 80s music trivia.
80s music trivia, and it was
1-0.
It was 1-0.
It was 1-0, but that's okay.
It was like I beat him on first serve, and then we quit playing the game. It's not even fair. But anyway, I did get him.
Oh, see, now this is, I'm sorry, but the Russell's 10 is better than the, whatever this, the single barrel, is that what it was?
You know, I'm not drinking too much tonight, but this is just, it's not bad. It's good. It's good. It tastes good, but to me, it's light.
It's light, but we're talking about Blanton's, which is light.
Fuck that. I think the single barrel's better.
No. We're talking about something that is in comparison to Blanton's. If you want to compare Blanton's, then you need to compare these three, not something like this. He doesn't get it. It's okay. It's all good.
I'm so tired of this. Bourbon H, what up, Bert? Bourbon Hall, another great YouTube content
Yes.
creator in the
Cheers
bourbon
to
space.
you.
Bourbon Hall. Hope y'all are having a great night. You got to check out Bourbon Hall stuff. Some great hall videos.
Yes.
And he's also a lot of fun in the Discord as well, the Major Zeros Discord. Warnam Steve, I'm going to go ahead and put the second one on here. Not Old Ezra, Early Times, just so we know the correction right off the bat. Said, just had an Old Ezra, he meant Early Times, and the Russell's White tastes smoother or watered down.
I will say, of course, it is. What is the...
Could be both.
What is the...
Proof on that? 90.
Oh, well, no wonder.
So we're going from 90...
This is like drinking water.
We're going from 90, and what was the other one? It was like 100 and...
110.
Yeah, so it's a big difference.
It is a big difference, but we're comparing it to something that is, what was this, 96?
Yeah, 93.
93, okay.
Warnam Steve says Russell's is light, but less sweet than Blanton's. I would agree with that.
That is true. I'll give you that.
Blanton's has kind of a fruity thing on it. I didn't really notice it until tonight.
But this Russell's 10 is something that I could drink on a boat in the lake all summer long.
That's suspiciously specific on that.
I mean, not that I have or anything.
I think you have. I think I was there.
Or I will be again this summer.
Mike Beast is not sure there's a wild turkey product that compares to Blanton's. I'm not sure I agree with that, Mike B, but I respect your opinion on that.
We do have rare breed over here, so we can also break that out.
Yeah, but if you're going to get your butt hurt about how 110 proof is too much, this is even hotter.
I'm not sure that there is a wild turkey product that compares to Blanton's.
Yeah, which is it's a fair take. It's a defensible take.
I do. I agree. I mean,
this is 117 proof, girl. We're getting pretty fucking hot there.
That is true.
It's getting a little hot.
But this
I'm
delicious.
not mad about it, but you're starting to get way out of Blanton's range. AU256 says Bardstown or the Russell's 10.
Bardstown.
I would take Bardstown over the Russell's
Bardstown.
10. I really would.
But Russell's 10 has been around a lot longer.
Yeah, for sure. I think it started in like 06,
and the
05,
Bardstown, is probably refining its stuff to the newer palates, I would say.
What the fuck does that mean? Newer palates?
Because
like the kids?
Yes, the kids. They have to.
Shit, okay, word.
They have to be shiny and bright and
we wrote a song about it, Shiny Happy People. I honestly think that white origin it's got to be one of the best values in bourbon.
I 100% agree.
Just tasty. Grab that bottle for me.
Yes.
So
there's also
Here, shit, I got a whole graphic for this.
Well, there's a black label, and the black. I'm not as wild about the black.
I like the black.
He likes it better. I don't like it. I like this better.
So we were drinking the white label, Steve. I flirted with putting the black one in there, the 100 proof origin, which I think is a better straight shooter than that one is. But that's good. That's a good bourbon.
I like this.
Yeah, it's good.
I also like that Bardstown, no matter what product they have, they're always going to be in the same bottle. I like that too.
Let's see. Colin Biscuit says JGT can't speak while sober. Dimmers, drives, and smorsh.
That's right. He added some CHs into the s'more.
We're going to see Colin Biscuit over in this place to have some of his favorite steak. This is Colin Biscuit.
That is what, you do sound just like him.
I don't think I do.
You sound exactly like him.
He dyes his hair like I do. Hey, Jeff says, haven't had Bardstown yet. Which do you recommend? Wow, that's a tough one.
One of Jay's favorites. It's over here, the Pfeiffer Pevy. And then, you can't get that.
You can't find that anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a tough one. That's a tough one, brother. Probably Discovery. But I don't know about the ones that are... Like Discovery 8's good. It's good.
Mike has something interesting to say here. The Wathen Single Barrel. I don't know that I have ever had that.
Let's see. Wathen Single Barrel will beat Blanton's in a blind. You have to understand I am not a Blanton's fan. We're not really either. I mean, we like it.
No. I think I've had one Wathen's.
Yeah, which Wathen's was that?
I mean, I think it's... I don't know. I would assume it's just the most basic
Our
one.
friend Leif B sent that to us, and we still... I think we just finished it this last holiday season, but... I was shocked by how good it was because we didn't know what the fuck it was, and it was still tasted good.
I will say I'm very surprised that this Bardstown Origin, you need to get it if you don't have it. Like, just have it around because it is a very good drinker.
And particularly in the warmer months because it's
it's light.
It's lighter.
But you can also get...
Colin Biscuit wants to know which Bardstown can we find in Georgia. Listen, you got... Are you fucking with me?
Georgia.
Georgia. Georgia's a great place to find bourbon, actually.
Yes, it is.
We actually bought that bottle, that white one right there.
Yes, we did.
In Columbus, Georgia. So
At the bottle shop.
and they had
Love the bottle shop.
They had the black label one there too. So you cannot go wrong. I'm not a fan of Fusion, but everything else they have, I would.
No, I'm not
heartily
everything
drink.
else. I will say they are very, I don't know the words for it, but they put out a different bourbon at least once a month.
They have a
different collaborative series from different wine barrel finishes to, I can't even think what else, Scotch finish. I mean, they're all kinds of different finishes, and I'm just like, not sure if I like that, but they are definitely trying new things out all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Bourbon Hall says Wathen's that I have is definitely different. It's a different profile. Yeah, I remember it being. We had one that was like kind of a rose-colored sticker on.
Now, wait a minute now. Don't ask for the breadstick pick now, too. But here's the kicker. Somebody may have mixed some blends with some Diet Coke.
Wasn't you?
It may have happened. It may have happened.
Wait
I am not saying who.
fucking minute. It was
No. I'm not saying who or when or how. This was the same night that Jay got Ole Miss drunk.
Wait, hold on. It was you?
It wasn't me. But I'm just saying, when the bourbon is available, you let people... But here's the thing. When you take bourbon to an event, however people want to consume it, you allow them to consume it that way. And you think in the back of your head, oh my God, why are they doing that? But you don't say anything. You can't let the face show what you think, but you just let them have it and enjoy it.
I think that's fair.
I mean, because you brought it to share. That's
No,
I mean,
I you're right.
Now,
You're right.
Jay couldn't hold his tongue. Jay would be like, guess what? You don't drink it like that.
I don't
you
know.
just have to let it go.
Like a couple years ago, I probably would have. I don't know. Now, I think you're right.
That's okay.
Cuz says the Bartown's.
The who? See, Jay needs a drink so he can speak.
The Bardstown Single Barrel White Label is great. I think I paid $84. We both got. Actually, I have a backup on that. I think Chris got it for me.
Yeah.
We have a bottle of the Single Barrel White Label, which we love, but I didn't think it was a fair
You know
fight
what?
because
I think the Bourbon Blend needs to take a trip to Bardstown Bourbon Company together. Who wants to go?
What do you give? What are you doing?
Are you ready? Let's go.
Yes, Brevin says Ole Miss drunk. Banger, banger, banger.
Yes, that was that. It was the same night. Because here's the problem.
The people lust for me to get drunk as shit.
We were watching this on the girls' trip. We were watching this on the TV, on the YouTubes. We were watching it on the TV. And that's when I had texted my daughter. And I'm like, go get your father. Please, go get your father.
Well, so for people, we have a lot of folks on the show tonight that aren't auburnsports.com folks.
Yes.
I do a show, I run a website called auburnsports.com, and it's a fairly big community, and I do shows during the football games at Auburn. I drink before, during, and after games. Well, this game against Ole Miss in 2018 or 19,
I don't even know what.
I pick one bourbon per game, and I just pounded the whole fucking night. Well, this night I was drinking Stag Junior, which I think was 133 proof or something.
And he didn't know.
And I didn't have her. She was gone on a girls' trip, so I had nobody to cook food for me, to give me water. I was just pounding this shit all night. And literally by the time the game was over, I didn't know where I was anymore. The last hour, I don't remember streaming.
So I just told my daughter, I'm
I was
like,
just
hey,
like,
and she's like, at the time, she's like 15, 16 years old. I'm like, hey, when you get home, please go upstairs, help your father downstairs.
It was bad.
And get him some food.
Otag says, don't mind me, just enjoying a Pappy and Sprite over here.
That's hysterical. I love it. But if you take Pappy, here's the thing.
Got him.
If you take Pappy and you want to allow folks to enjoy it, let them enjoy it the way they want to.
D. Lucky, of course, a very diplomatic person, says, had someone want to mix my Eagle Rare with Coke, he handed them another bottle and said, this is great with Coke. What an incredible way to...
Yeah, but when you have gone
disarm.
to a hotel and that's the only bourbon that you have, you just kind of go with it.
Mike B says Bardstown White Label is $39 where he's at, which is
That's an excellent
fair
bargain.
price.
I love
Absolutely
that.
fair price. Ravin, reflecting on the Ole Miss drunk game, says it was a great drain. I'm glad it was entertaining. I was out of commission for 36 hours.
Yeah,
after
it
that
was
bitch.
not. It was not. It was not the best.
Cuz says white label origin and single barrel is different. Single barrel is cask strength. Yeah, they don't look the same. I mean, they do look the same from a distance, but the single barrels, I recall.
This is the cheaper. This is a cheapie.
It has like a gold box on the bottom or something. I think it's got some blue.
And the other thing I have to say about Bardstown, I do appreciate that they always have the same bottles and the same type of labels, and they always have a design on the back.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's very
consistent. I think if you were to start, if you had $1 billion and you were going to start a distillery, you would have done it just like they do it. I think.
I love the way that they do it. It is excellent the way.
Call Me Biscuit says I was there, Ole Miss Drunk Night, and it was spectacular. I'm glad that you were entertained, my G.
It was interesting. It was interesting from afar.
It makes me sad in a way because, you know, I used to be friends with a lot of the Ole Miss people, and now they hate me. But,
anyway,
and all I said was that I thought Auburn was a better football job.
Okay, so can I try this?
Why can't we go into that?
We're not going to tonight.
Let's see. AU256 is going to he's going to go find the Ole Miss strain and watch it this weekend. I would encourage you to not do that, but that's fine if you'd like to.
I mean, if you're bored, sure, because it's a long one.
D, like you said, he was almost hyperventilating when that Eagle Rare almost went into that Coke.
I can see that.
Eagle Rare, I don't know. It's only like $35, $40.
Yes, but
still,
it's hard to come by.
It is hard to come by. It is hard to come by.
So this is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I'm going to try. You aren't going to try because you haven't even finished the little dollop I gave you. That's a dollop of Daisy I gave you. I'll give you a dollop. It's a dollop of Daisy.
Give you a dollop.
I don't want your dollop. I want the Wild Turkey dollop.
You've got a 22-year-old daughter. It makes me think that you probably took it.
She ain't 22.
Almost 22.
Not yet.
Uh-oh, D-Lucky says, fuck him, JG, hottie my ass.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my goodness, wow.
All right.
Bourbon Hall says, guys, I have a buddy that has lent me his 2023 full Van Winkle Pappy line for my lent it for his birthday, so should I just rock them all with Sprite? At least fake it out with a photo where you're like...
Oh, yeah.
Even though you wouldn't do that. I mean... Explain to me the concept of lending a line.
I need to know your friend. I need to know this buddy.
Yeah, we need to hit that.
We need to know this buddy because that sounds like a good friend.
Yeah.
So does that mean that you have to return it full? I mean, do you have to return it with something in it? Or do you just return the empties?
I don't know.
Or is this a recycle program where you just return the empties?
D-Lucky suggested that the Bullet was where he went when he redirected the Eagle Rare.
Okay, Bullet Rye is the best for a cocktail. I love Bullet Rye in a cocktail.
Cuz says Pappy Jello shots. That'd be a good use for that.
That'd be
a good
great.
use for that for
That would
sure.
be great, yes.
Pappy 23 and Sprite is the only way to drink it. Now the Van Winkle 12 is neat all the way. He's like, yeah, old rip, I much prefer to drink straight, but if it's 23.
But if it's 23. Well, I will say,
Bourbon Hall's going to get a pour off each bottle.
I will say, here's the thing. The older it gets, sometimes it's not always the most amazing. Even though it's supposed to be, sometimes it tastes a little too much like the barrel.
Oh, when it's in there that long, yeah.
It's in there that long, sometimes you just taste wood.
That Elijah Craig 18 it's too...
Well, I mean...
It's been in there too long.
The Blade and Bow 22...
Don't you fucking start with me. Call Me Biscuit says, my friends have a room for wife and I April 20th. Can I get some advice? We try to get tickets, but only general admission. Need advice and better tickets, 31,000 viewers. Is he?
What's going on?
Well, hold on. Now, Call Me Biscuit, of course, is known. Sometimes he asks some leading questions on the bunkers.
Okay, so I need to know what's going on April 20th, first of all.
Hold on, he says Keeneland advice.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yes. We have a plethora of advice. We have an amazing brunch spot, didn't he say his wife's going?
Fuck yeah, she's going.
Okay,
of course.
So we have an amazing brunch spot that we went to with Stuart and Cheyenne.
Which is called?
I will have to share with him later.
Oh, I thought you were going to pull that right out.
I can't remember it. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but it was a really nice restaurant.
It was probably the best brunch I've ever had.
It was great. It was an amazing brunch.
It really was, actually. It was really, really
good.
And
what woman doesn't love a brunch? Yes. I ordered multiple mimosas for the table. I was like, yes, we need 2 of those. Bring them on.
I feel like you've been drinking, Courtney.
What?
I do want to... I spent way too much time...
Somebody's butthurt. He hasn't been.
I spent way too much time building this graphic right here. I just want you guys to appreciate it.
Look at it. Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so pretty.
I was just comparing all of the shit that we drank tonight, with the exception of the 10-year that Courtney just pulled out of her ass for no reason, and the wild and the rare breed that she pulled out of her ass.
I did not pull the 10-year out of my ass. That was the initial plan.
Whatever.
You changed it.
Talk to the hand, because the rest of me ain't listening. Sorry, Call Me Biscuit's going to really hate this shot because our camera's so small. I forgot to put an area for the camera. My bad. That was my bad when I built that. Don't we have any interns?
Isn't it pretty, though? I love it. I love the arrows on it. That's really nice.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a little something different there. Okay. Bill Blakeman would be very proud of me.
I know.
Hey, can you get your hands off
But
me?
why is Blanton's $65 so much bigger than the others?
Well, it's because it's one number, and then the others are two.
Okay.
And it wouldn't fit, Courtney. Sometimes you have to cram it in when it's too big. So there you go. There's your matrix.
You haven't had that.
We don't need to spend a lot of time looking at this because you guys work for a living and you probably look at shit like this all day. Not necessarily about bourbon, but about whatever.
They look at Excel spreadsheet.
Look at that, Canoeman. Thank you. He says that graphic made the show.
Yes, love it. Thank you. Jay was so excited about this.
I was like, I spent
excited.
25 minutes making this graphic from scratch.
You did.
Hold on, I want to get back to our main page here because Archie, who is absolute royalty when it comes to this show. Fuck yeah.
Oh, Archie. I love Archie.
Archie's a royalty in our show.
Archie, I haven't seen you in a minute. I need to come see you.
We should be up there before too long because we got to make a visit up there.
We do.
Archie says, I like John J. Bowman's single barrel as a Blanton's alternative.
Oh, that was a good idea.
Distilled by Buffalo Trace, but aged in Virginia. It's 100 proof instead of 93 and tastes similar, but overall better to me.
That is a baller. That is a baller text right there.
Well, it's because Archie's the fucking man.
I mean, that is not text. Chat. I'm sorry. Yes. So.
See this. John J. Bowman single barrel's going for, somewhere in the neighborhood
from
of
85 to 130.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm. But.
Maybe if you live in Virginia, it's not too bad. Looks like Jeff's going to bounce. He says, got to go, y'all. Stumbled on the show tonight and love it. Definitely catch you guys on the next one. We'll be back.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you.
We do it on Thursday nights, brother.
Yes,
and
we'll be here.
We'll be here. Appreciate you, brother. Be good. Have a great weekend, my G. Mike B jumps in and says, Archie, the sample I've had, I agree, but you cannot find it at Indiana. I think that stuff's harder to find, Archie. Archie's like the master, though. He can find shit.
Archie's impressive with what he brings to the table.
And D. Lucky says, one of us. He is. Archie is from the greater Madison-Huntsville area, North Alabama. For those of you who don't know, North Alabama is a little area where there's some really cool shit going on.
Yes. Huntsville has got it going on. The rest of the state, not so much.
No, Madison. Madison's where it's really at. But
well, the Huntsville area, including Madison.
D. Lucky, I got you. AU-256, I got you, okay? I'm part of the Madison Mafia. OTAG says, found it in Vegas and had to smuggle it back to Florida. That is what I'm talking about right there.
That is a true bourbon drinker right there. Smuggle it back. I love it.
I'm just going to show the grid again for 20 more seconds because
isn't
I'm
it
proud
cute?
of it. I'm really proud of that.
Compare the pours.
We were eating dinner as I finished this, and I just said, fuck it, I want to concentrate on dinner.
I love it.
All right, I got two.
Hey, did you have a good dinner tonight?
Oh, it was. You cooked.
It was amazing. Wasn't it amazing?
Courtney cooked, and it was
delicious.
delicious.
I got home before 6:30 p.m.
I only have 2 pictures this week. This is the first picture.
Oh, my God.
I want you guys to understand something. This is a 17-year-old boy on the left here. He should be in high school right now. This is Cam Coleman. He's the new 5-star wide receiver at Auburn.
Does he have like 2% body fat?
I took this picture on Thursday, and I just could not believe how strong the kid was.
Look at thighs, legs, arms. I mean, look at that abs. Like, he has to have like 2% body fat. I mean, he is 17 years old, like you said. But at 17 years old, I don't know many people that looked like that. Yeah,
he just gives Auburn a different look, just by the way. I mean, because, again, he's supposed to be in high school right now.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I just wish that I could look like that. It ain't ever happening.
No, but Jay, come on now.
It ain't ever happening.
You an old ass man.
And I got one other picture. Oh, Call Me Biscuit says boner alert. Womp, 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 womp. Boner alert. And I also got one other picture. I had a chance to drive a 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander Limited. Hybrid.
Yes.
All-wheel drive. This past week.
It has like everything on it you would ever want.
I was trying to, you guys know I have a good relationship with Lynch Toyota of Auburn And I was trying to get, one of my good friends was in the market for this car, and so I drove this car to him so he had a chance to drive it without salesman being up on his shit. So I'm hoping that he buys it.
It's a very nice vehicle.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Very nice vehicle. You can barely hear it running, and of course it was very nice.
Third row, we averaged 32 miles per gallon in it over the course of about 200 miles. Mm-hmm. And a wireless Apple Play, which I really liked. I don't get in my car. So anyway, that was the only other photo I had that was fun. Oh wait, there is one more photo, Courtney.
Why do you always say there's one more photo? There is not one more photo, because there is one more thing for us to talk about.
No, I didn't.
Haven't done that yet.
I know. Hold on, I just said photo. Is that a photo?
Jay, move along, because it does correlate with our last discussion.
This
is a very important discussion. And it might be even more important for me in a little bit.
OTAG says, there it is. It's not a show unless we show this bad boy. Blake says, yes.
Oh, stop. Look at that part, though. That part is really, that is something I've not looked at before. That part is impressive.
You've looked at this picture literally 55 times in your life, and you haven't looked at your part boy. Call me
no, because I don't see anything, but I don't even see the food. I don't see anything that's going in. You could have put anything in my mouth then. Exactly.
I think I did. Colin Biscuit says, I guess they sponsor your show. The least you can do is sell one for Lynch. Yeah, I mean,
not for this show, but... Yeah,
they've been very supportive of me, for sure. And so if I can help... Yes. And I mean, for me, it's got to be a love connection, because my friend, I'm trying to actually help, for real. Wardam Stu says, there goes my diet. Courtney. All right, so we have one last thing we wanted to talk about. Courtney was really fired up about this. I was very
fired up about this. This is a very important cultural discussion right now.
Yeah, it is.
It's very important.
I don't even know. Are we ready to even show this yet? It was.
I mean, it's not political, y'all, so don't worry.
Here it comes.
But here we go.
Courtney and I.
Yes, we had a debate about this.
Best fast food that you can get, sober division and drunk division. And Courtney and I almost came to blows over a few of these.
Yes.
I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this.
We need some feedback.
We already definitely need some feedback. By the way, Ravin wants to know if that's a styrofoam bowl that you were eating out of, Courtney.
I'm sure it was, because I wasn't going to clean that shit up.
Well, yeah, it was.
No, I was lucky to get it in my mouth in the first place. So,
I suspect the one place on here that's going to draw a lot of ire is going to be Long John Silver's. So there's going to be a lot of people that say that's such ass
Y'all,
stuff.
I need to know your feedback on this, because, sober division means you would go there for lunch. You would actually eat there for lunch and be okay with it. Drunk division means Courtney in about an hour.
I was thinking 30 minutes, but yeah.
Okay, so drunk division means where you're going to go late night to quell the intoxication or the bad news you got, or whatever it is, late
Courtney,
night.
Listen, look at this one. I can't wait for Courtney to say something about this.
Corey Weber. Corey Weber.
You got something coming here, bro.
Because you live in Montgomery, and so I know there's only one Salsaritas here, and when you go there, they're like first of all, they take the scoop, and they level the scoop off. Don't do that. If you're going to scoop some shit up, you better be putting it on my plate. Okay, they level it off, and if you're going to get they don't even sell shrimp anymore. They used to have shrimp tacos, but they would count the shrimp out before putting it on there. And if you ask for something extra, it will always cost you. I can't do it. I like Salsaritas, but I can't do it.
Blake Robinson says Chick-fil-A equals most overrated chicken I've ever seen or ate.
Oh.
And I'm never going to go against Blake.
So here's the thing. Sober division means you got to get back to work.
Yeah.
So Chick-fil-A is going to get you back to work. You may be stuck in the Popeyes or the Guthrie's or the, what's the other, Bojangles. You might be stuck in those lines, or KFC. Chick-fil-A going to get you back to work on time. Look
at Warden Steve says, I went to Crystal's drunk in Troy my freshman year at 1 a.m. Said they were out of buns, and if I wanted to still order... You can still get some. Maybe they meant just like.
Wait, we went to Troy drunk at the Crystals.
Did we?
Yes.
I hope they had buns.
When it was the Troy South game.
Runner 24 says, is Long John Silver's actually fast food?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's definitely fast food.
Because you can get the crumbles for free.
I don't know if they charge for that shit now.
No, they don't. Well, they may charge 50 cents for crumbles. I'll take 50 cents for some damn crumbles.
Listen, we didn't call them crumbles back then. We called them crumbs. They call them crumbs. They call them crumbs. No. They call them crumbles now.
You're right. Crumbs. You're right.
No, they call them crumbles
You're right. But first of all, Long John Silver's, you can ring a bell, and you can also get a damn hat and look like Long John Silver yourself.
Ravin says, Long John Silver's, don't you have to order the crunchies? Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
you get a few of those extra sprinkled in. That was a big deal back in the 80s, bro.
And you need the malt vinegar. And you need it actually in the actual malt vinegar bottle, not the packet.
Malt vinegar. Yeah, Courtney. Ward M. Steve says, Moe's better than Chipotle.
Okay, here's my thing
I'm
about
open to the
Moe's.
discussion on that, yeah.
I don't want to be yelled at when I come in a restaurant. I just don't want to be yelled at.
I
do not want to be yelled at. I know it's supposed to be welcoming, but I don't like it. I don't like being yelled at.
D. Lucky says Long John Silver should not be on the list. I will admit, Long John Silver's is based in Lexington. So when we were going to college and we grew up together in Lexington,
First of all,
they had like
D. Lucky,
10.
you and I are going to have a discussion about this because I need to know why. Are you going to, please don't say that Captain D's is better.
No, he's not going there.
Because Captain D's looks like it's like a finger. Literally a finger.
Norman Cease is first-time watcher. Hands down, Taco Bell all day, both sides.
Oh. Sober division?
I can get behind that. I think you can order differently and be satisfied
that is true.
on
You
either
would have
side.
to order differently. Because in the drunk division, you're going to order from the dollar menu or the value menu
you're
or
gonna
whatever.
Go sloppy. But like if you get a Mexican pizza in a sober division, you can make that work.
Yeah.
You can be
We're getting a lot
with
of
that.
feedback here, Jack.
Yeah, we are. D. Lucky says Waffle House and a walkway in the drunk division. And a walk away in the drunk division.
Oh.
I think that's fair, D. Lucky. That's a great place to go drunk.
I have heard that they do have an app now that you can order on.
Call Me Biscuit says he had a friend get a DUI, passed out in a Crystal's drive-thru at 3 a.m. Actually, if you're behind the wheel, whether you're driving or not, it's a DUI.
That is true. That is a DUI. Mm-hmm.
Blake says Crystal is good to me sober or drunk, but I would rather eat it drunk.
Okay, here's my thing about Crystal. I grew up on White Castle. I love me some Whiteys. I cannot stand the mustard on some Crystal and their puffy bun. Like, if you get me a greasy Crystal and no mustard, then I can make do. But that's why that asterisk is right there, because I don't know about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Crystal, honestly, because you got the mustard, you got to tell them no mustard, and then you got the big puffy buns.
Mike Brock has got it right here. That is exactly what needs to happen.
Mike B says White Castle is the best at 2 a.m. when I really should not be out in public. That is suspiciously specific, and he's right on the money with that.
He is right on the money with it.
But he prefers Waffle House. He's just saying.
I mean, Waffle House is the best, but
White Castle serves a particular purpose.
yes.
Otag,
White Castle, you can stay in the car.
Otag makes a great point, though. Taco Bell is the one place on the list where everyone has a drunk Taco Bell story. Can't say that about some of the other ones.
Oh, that is true.
You probably have a
Waffle
drunk
House.
Waffle House story. Yeah.
Waffle House or Taco Bell. I'll take it on that. That's true.
Notice that the two places that are so central to me and you when we were younger, nobody's even talking about Long John Silver's and Papa John's. We had so much Papa John's.
Papa John's was our drunk go-to in college because they would take a check.
That's true. I forgot about that.
You would get it delivered to the dorm at 2 a.m. and they'd take a check and they had no idea if that was a valid check or not.
Fucking A, man. I forgot about the checks.
So I would write them a check. I'd give them like a $10 tip on like a $10 pizza. And hopefully it'll clear on Monday.
Vince says, last time I had White Castle was after the Thursday night game that AU played Kentucky in Lexington. And I hope that story ended well.
Yeah. So did the White Castle sober you up is the question. That's the whole point.
I think we've all sat in a White Castle after midnight and had regret.
Well, that's if you're north of Nashville, yes.
Well, yeah. I found one in St. Louis.
I love
Louis
White Castle compared to Crystal because it's greasier and there's no mustard on it. Or you can choose to put what kind of mustard?
Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf mustard on it.
Wait, you say Dusseldorf?
Dusseldorf.
Like D-E-U-C-E?
D-U-S. It's the name of the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Why are you laughing at me? It's true. It's the name of the city.
I know it is. I know, you're German. You're half German.
So. I'm not half German.
Do you like this? Is the fact that Waffle House is 24 hours is key.
Yes.
I mean, the casino don't close.
I mean, that's why Whataburger's on here, because it's 24 hours.
Nothing like some scattered, covered, chunked, and diced after a heater. After a heater.
I love it.
Scattered. Hold on. Scattered.
You like yours scattered,
covered.
You like yours
Scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, and diced.
Chunked. Wait.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I like it.
No. Chunked is with tomatoes.
I think chunked is the diced ham.
Oh,
And
I don't
then
even remember
diced
what
is
they
the
are.
onions too, right?
But I do love sitting in there and they're calling that shit out. And that cook, when you have a good Waffle House cook, it is awesome to watch. That is a great experience.
He said, oddly enough, watched Harold and Kumar go to White Castle on a plane a few months ago. We were just talking. We made a reference to that the other day.
That. Yes, we were. We were talking about
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser.
He said, yes, I made a stain on your seat, and I'm paying for your meal. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Norman says little skeezers, $5 pizzas on the DD side. We thought about putting little skeezers on there, too.
But here's the thing. I don't like Little Caesars.
Nobody does.
Sober, nothing.
Nobody likes Little Caesars. No one's choosing that.
Papa John's is only $9 for a... Somebody has to stumble inside and pick it up, though.
Let's see. Raven says chunked is ham, diced is tomatoes.
Oh, okay. What's onions in?
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what's onions?
Biscuit says covered is chili. No way, man. I would not do chili.
Okay, so what is onions? I thought that was diced. I am so upset
I think
now.
onions are pretty standard, aren't they?
No, they are not standard.
So it must be smothered or covered then.
I don't know. Covered. I thought covered was with cheese.
Good
God, I'm so
man.
devastated, y'all. We need to find this out.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Please clarify for us, Jay. It's not Castle. It's not White Castle. It's Waffle House.
My bad. Here, keep them entertained.
We need
while
to
I'm
know.
doing this.
So here's the thing. How do y'all like your hash browns? Because I definitely want them scattered, because then they get a little crisp on top. You have to have them crisp.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, you cannot have them. I actually like them extra crisp, but one time I got them and I couldn't eat them because they actually almost broke my teeth.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, when you get them extra crispy.
All right, we're going to an actual menu item here.
Yes.
We're going to look at
Wait,
this.
where's the All-American meal? Oh, All-Star meal. I'm sorry.
There it is.
Wait,
so smothered. I told you smothered is basic.
First of all, let me explain to you. These are not the correct prices for 2024.
I mean, if you say so, but...
Jay, look at the All-Star Special. It says it's $7.
So smothered is onions, covered is melted cheese, chunked is the ham. So we got that right. Diced is tomatoes.
I thought
so you
diced
guys
was
are right
tomato.
about that. Peppered, capped, topped, and then country. Jeez, country? No. That sounds terrible. I love sausage gravy, but not on the hash browns itself. So topped is chili, Raven. Yeah, that's correct.
We just got clarification, and Jay's sober, so he can make sure and tell us, because we're gonna hit some. Well, we can't hit Chick-fil-A, can't hit In-N-Out.
You talking about tonight? Why are you?
So I guess we're
mumbling?
going to Taco Bell.
Are you fucking? Are you?
I'm going down sober division. I said I'm lit. You're not. So.
AU256 is on board with that, Courtney. He says All-Star Special
I love
is
the All-Star
GOAT.
Special. You get so much food with that.
Let's go back
Pull
to the...
that back up. This is
Get
we're
that
going
guy's
to Waffle House tonight, Jay.
No, we're not. Get that guy's number.
You get eggs. You get toast. You get wait. You can also choose if you want grits or hash browns.
Wow, that is a lot of food.
Yes, and look, you get the waffle, and look, you get protein. You love that
Protein. Get the fuck out of here with that protein.
Protein. It's bacon or ham or.
These prices must be from 2000 or something.
I mean,
like,
they're forever ago. The All-Star Special is like $15.
That is amazing value, A256. You're so right about
Yes.
that, bro.
You can get 2 eggs, but if you add the cheese, it's going to be extra. But I like the All-Star Special. The All-Star Special is a winner.
Raven says the All-Star is so expensive now. He obviously is an expert on the...
Exactly.
Look, he says they have, what is that pricing that Wendy's was talking about this week? Rush pricing or whatever.
What? I didn't know this. What was that?
Well, there was a story that said that Wendy's was going to change their pricing during the day based on demand. But then they came out today and said that was misinterpreted or something. I didn't understand.
Based on demand.
But D Lucky says the price is different based on your server. The same order costs different from hour to hour.
That is so
She's
true.
just like,
you have no idea what you're going to pay at Waffle House every time. You can have the same order and go the next day, and it's the exact different.
Runner 24. Real question is, what did Gus order after game? I asked him that question. I just don't remember what it was. I know that when he goes to Crystal.
He loves to go to Crystal and get some fucking
cheese puffs.
Puffs.
Becky from across the street says it's called surge pricing. That was the
surge pricing.
That was the.
That sounds inappropriate.
The idiom that I missed on that one.
That is not cool.
AU256 says, didn't they backtrack on that? They did. They tried to say it was a misreported or whatever.
Because here's the problem: they're chili with their fingers in it, the extra digit in their chili. That would cost more in the winter than it would in the summer, right?
You're right on the money, Court. It's weird being sober with you like this.
Does everybody not remember when the finger was in the chili?
This finger?
That's not nice.
There was no finger in the chili.
There was a lot.
No, I'm not doing it.
Wait, no, you don't remember this story? No. You do not remember this story.
I'm trying not to remember it. I'm compartmentalizing.
Who remembers the Wendy's story?
I put a sarcophagus over that whole thing.
About the finger in the chili. Like, they had a finger in their chili. Come on, I need to know.
What is this from the
This literally was like...
The Naked Gun?
No, this was post-COVID. This is like 3 years ago.
Gus liked it smothered and covered. That's what I like. Chrissy likes cheese puffs. I know he likes cheese puffs at Crystal. I know that. Calling Biscuit did say you guys need to go by Tower Liquors April 4th when we're there for the shindig at, I call it Proper 3. It's called Local 3, actually. Yeah. I feel like Will Collier...
Is Call Me Biscuit going to be there?
I fucking hope so.
I hope so, too.
Yeah, I hope so.
We have to pick out our bourbon flights for that.
We need to figure out how people can pay, because I think there's going to be a lot. There's a lot more than 20 people want to go.
Well, that's okay. The first 20 that pay Court Tate will be.
Well, we need to figure that out, because I don't.
We have to pick out the bourbon flight first.
Well, you let me know.
I got this.
Let's see. D-Lex says, I recall it. Still ordered a large chili next time. It's like flying after a plane.
D-Lucky remembers the finger. So this was a big claim. Y'all don't remember this? I don't know what year it was. It was like when Jay flew after 9/11. It was like 3 days later. D-Lucky, you sent him over the edge, and he ain't even drunk.
It's flying after a plane
crash. True. He just wanted some extra meat in his. He was hoping for the pinky instead of the index finger.
You're just taking every bite and going, man, I hope there's nothing hard on that bite down.
But y'all remember? Y'all do remember this? Please, somebody tell me they also remember this. Oh,
I gotta wash my eyes out, man. The tears are gonna burn my eyes. Oh my God, that was funny.
Please look up the Wendy's.
I will look at Wendy's finger in chili.
Finger in chili. Yes, please look it up. See, I told you. I know it didn't really come from it.
After an investigation by the Santa Clara County Medical Examiner's Office and the San Jose Police Department, it was determined that the finger, which is not in doubt that it was there.
The finger was there.
Did not come from a Wendy's employee because they all had 10 fingers, or 8 fingers plus 2 thumbs, or from any employee at the facilities that provided ingredients for the chili. How could they have figured that out?
They went to the restaurant like, show us your hands.
Hold on, there's a story, the headline says, Wendy's chili finger lady comes clean.
What year is this? This is how old you know I am. I said it was after COVID. It was 2018.
No, it happened in 2005.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on. Her husband got the severed finger from a coworker who lost it in an industrial accident.
I mean, this was like actually like a planned.
That's
this
bullshit,
was an actual
man.
planned event so they could get money
Oh
from
my
Wendy's.
God.
Yes.
Oh my God, y'all. My eyes still hurt. She's
okay, that was 2005. That's how you know I'm so fucking old because.
Her husband got an actual finger.
A true finger. Yes, they took a picture of it. I remember the picture of the finger in the chili. And it wasn't like my finger was in the chili. It was like a actual finger in the chili.
Runner 24 said he's heading out when I was having my seizure right there. The rest of you remember to smash the likes. Appreciate you, Runner 24.
Subscribe.
Oh, Runner 24 is definitely subscribed. Revenge says, wow, easy on the ticker. And Jack says, safest chili you could ever eat. Keith says, Crossroads Adult Club in Prattville served better Italian than Fazoli's.
Oh, but here, you guys, the reason that Fazoli's is on there, why would Courtney Tate say that Fazoli's is on there? We had evidence of the picture earlier.
She loves breadsticks.
I do love some breadsticks.
Keith may be new to the show, though.
You can get all the breadsticks that you need at Fazoli's.
Right here, buddy. Look how much she loves those breadsticks.
Just took a bite of each of them.
This is Courtney after a really long night of drinking, and she's...
I don't know what I'm putting in my mouth.
It happens sometimes, but the half-eaten breadsticks are amazing. I've got to get a picture of Kanuman's avatar where he puts the Santa hat on you and the breadsticks.
Oh.
We're going back to the fast food pain here. Ravin says, guys, I can't take much more of this. He says, they cooked the finger? No, I think she ordered the chili.
She ordered the chili and then she's like, hey, let me get this out of my Ziploc bag from my purse and put it in here and take a picture and be like, hey, there's a finger in my chili.
Norman says, I give the chili 1 thumbs up. I love when they say the police department determined that nobody at the Wendy's had given their finger. How did they find out? I don't know.
Everybody had to show their digits.
They're going to need to get the FBI in here to figure this shit out. We're gonna need
Norman, you sent me over the edge tonight.
Ravin says, how many breadsticks does a crush on a Fazoli's visit?
Oh, it depends on the night. It depends on the night.
Dude, Ravin, so when we were in college, I think Fazoli's is from Lexington or somewhere near there.
I don't know, but they were in Lexington for sure.
They were all over Lexington in the early 90s. And so when we were poor-ass college kids, we would go eat there, and you could have all you could eat breadsticks, which they still do.
No. It was all you could eat spaghetti and breadsticks. So, like, if you went in before 4 p.m., like if you went at 3:59, you could get all you could eat spaghetti and breadsticks. And so we would go in there and literally pay like $9 a person, and we would sit there, and then we would eat and eat and eat, and then we would say, oh my gosh, I need some more, and then we'd be like, oh, now I need a to-go container.
Well, these days, you have to go up and ask if you want more,
but back
which
in
is
the
fine.
day,
they would bring them to you.
They had like a little,
they had a bread bitch.
They had a bread
bitch. She had like a little Goldilocks.
She had a basket.
Yeah.
I was going to call her like she was like the fairy godmother, because she would come around with her little basket and her little tongs, and she would give, how many would you like? And I'm like, 20. 3. I would like 20, please.
Oh, sure.
She would just give it out. And then you would just wrap it up and take it home if you needed to.
Ravin says, I remember the bread lady. Yeah, they used to go around and do that.
Yes. She was amazing.
Almost as good as the chip bitch.
Chip bitch at any Mexican restaurant.
Well, yeah, there's guys now that do it, but it used to be just girls, it seemed like. But it's an important part of the process.
Oh my God, y'all made me cry so much.
Yeah, my eyes are burning right now, seriously. Let's see, D. Lucky says, we had Fazoli's in Mobile. Good option for a young family. Absolutely. We do not have one in Madison, Huntsville.
That's devastation.
You probably moved up a little bit, D. Lucky.
You probably have Olive Garden.
You can't get the poor college kids out of us. That's kind of how we met and how we kind of think sometimes with the stuff that we do. Although our bourbon's a little bit nicer than it was when we were in college. I can't believe you're still drinking. I mean, I'm usually drunk myself when I'm doing this show, so I don't realize how lit you are. Fuck no, I don't feel. I only drank like an ounce.
Baby.
What happened? Whoa, you got kind of lippy when you drank that.
I usually sit up straight at the beginning of the show.
I know, you're like this. It's just like the fucking breadstick picture. Look at you, you're hunched over. Look at you hunched over.
I am not that lit.
You started that night sitting up straight too.
Listen, I am not that lit. I'm just not that lit.
Courtney, you were out of your mind.
Right now?
No. On this show, when you got the breadsticks.
Yeah, I was.
I came home from a basketball game that night, and I was sober as a stone. Hey, look at this grid one more time, guys. What a grid.
Wow. Amazing. I wish I knew somebody that could make something like that.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so I need to know from the folks out there, what is one on this list that you would be like, I would never eat at?
Well, I think, Cuz said earlier, Jimmy John's he would not touch.
I
don't remember
Jimmy
that story,
John's.
though. I don't remember that story. There's only one thing I would eat at Jimmy John's, though. It's that that tuna, that plain
I
tuna.
do the slim.
The slim.
It's called slim because it's cheap as fuck.
I mean, Chipotle is starting to get on my nerves because it's just getting really, really expensive, and I don't think it's worth what it is now.
Everything on this list is expensive now, Jay.
Yeah, you're right. There was a guy on Reddit, excuse me, who got a Baconator fries and a Coke the other day. It was $18.50.
I mean, all this stuff is expensive now.
Yeah.
I mean, what on this list would you all say hell no to?
Let's see. Ravin thinks moving Whataburger to sober, which we actually, Courtney and I, most.
I just had a Whataburger today for lunch. I don't know if I told you that.
Get it today?
Yes. So at work, I was having to work in a classroom, and so I knew I wasn't going to get lunch, so I did.
Look at this biscuit, man. What are you doing?
What's it called? Grubhub? Yeah. I did Grubhub.
I think it was a waiter.
No, I did Grubhub.
Kidding.
And check this out. They came to the center, and they left my shit sitting on a doormat. Now, I have 30 people that work in my building, but yet they couldn't ring the doorbell to come inside. I left my shit sitting on the mat when it was like 50 degrees outside. Yeah, but I did get a double today, and it was good. I did not get any fries. I got the double Whataburger. I've never experienced it, and it was very delicious.
D. Lucky says he's big on Sawzall Italian right now. We have a Sawzall here, but I don't think it's a chain.
the same one.
It can't be the same. And Ravin says about Wendy's experimenting with dynamic pricing. We talked about that earlier. Surge pricing, I think, is what they were calling it. But they said they were that was misreported. That they didn't actually mean they were going to charge more. That sounds like some bullshit to me. They probably were planning to charge more, honestly.
So somebody outed them, is what you're saying.
Norman just puts JJ.
You're in my space. Take that. Thank you.
What are you going to do? What are you doing with that space?
You're in my space. You're in my space.
Norman just put JJ. Maybe that's one that he would not be
Jimmy
interested in eating at any situation. Oh, look at that. D. Lucky says it's the same folks as Montgomery Sawzall.
Oh, really?
Word, okay.
Well, the Sawzall here is very good, minus the roaches.
But that's definitely not fast food. Like
No.
100%. That's slow food.
No, it's slow food. Yeah, they got closed down for a minute by the health department, but that's okay. We'll move along.
That's just a finger, guys.
I mean, no, it was just,
I'm not gonna go back.
eight-legged creatures. That's
Don't bring
okay.
that shit up.
But, hey, they just add spices.
Mike Brock says In-N-Out and Whataburger, they are not here where he's at. I believe he's up in Indiana.
In-N-Out that's just because Jay grew up in California. That's what that's about.
And you've eaten there and you liked it.
I did like it.
You didn't say it was like
I did not
changed your
get
life.
animal fries. Like, that's the big thing to get. We did not get that.
Anyway, good stuff. That was a good topic, Courtney. Good job.
I do love it. Now, I know some people don't feel good about Long John Silver's, but I love some Long John Silver's.
If you're worried at all about your weight, you probably don't want to go there. That's a 2,000 calorie hit right there. It's just waiting to happen.
Or cholesterol.
Those crumbs are just like they stick to you.
Good. Oh my
They
god.
stick to
Because
those
you can get
arteries.
fish and chicken there.
Ooh, fish and chicken.
It's fancy.
Wow,
It's fancy.
that's pretty big
It
right
is
there.
fancy.
Well, we've had a good run today, Courtney. We had
We had like
41,000 people, I think.
Yeah, we had a lot of.
Oh,
we had a lot of
Blake
people in
says
there.
jack off in my box. He really enjoys that.
We talked about that. So Jay has always called it,
Jack off in my box.
yes, which is very inappropriate.
They have it in
I'm
Nashville,
very offended by what he
though. They have it in
says.
Nashville. We ate there drunk as shit late one night in Nashville too.
Here's the thing about Jack in the Box. You can get many culinary experiences there.
Mike,
You can get Chinese. You can get
I think there's 5.
American. So Chinese, you get an egg roll.
Yeah, you can get.
You can get
American.
a hamburger.
You can get American.
You can get a gyro.
A gyro.
You can get
Like a burrito or
you
a
can
taco.
get a burrito, so you can get Mexican, and you can get
There was a
there's
fifth
5.
one.
Oh my
There was
God,
a
what
fifth
is it?
one. I don't know what the fuck it was. Though.
Oh fuck, what is it? I
Mike,
feel
you're
so
gonna
hurt.
hate Mike B after this, Courtney.
Mike, you are incorrect.
She's gonna get mad about that.
You are incorrect. I'm sorry. They are not the same.
D Lucky says In-N-Out is good, but do feel it's overrated. I would agree with that, D Lucky. Double animal style is my go-to. It was not the best ever. It was just good.
I agree with you.
Revenge,
Lucky.
Steak and Shake. Good call, brother.
Oh, we don't have any steak and shakes around, but that's not fast food. You have to go in and sit down. But then again, Waffle House is the same way.
Yeah.
But Steak and Shake is usually late night.
I think that I would classify Steak and Shake as fast
I
food.
love Steak and Shake though. That they were the first. Well, they were the first that I know of with the like smash burger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
the
were
steak
doing
burger.
That. They didn't even call it a smash burger. They were doing it before it was called a smash burger. Yeah.
That was really good. Greasy and cheese all over it.
Look at this. He's going to fight with you, Miss Courtney. He says, yes, they are.
Oh, Mike, you and I got to have words, buddy, because that ain't the same.
Norman makes an interesting point here. On the sober side, you got to consider Arby's.
Arby's? Wait, are they still around?
Hold on. Our friend Becky declared war on Arby's because they eliminated their potato wedges, which is something I really support.
Potato wedges?
Yes, they had a little... they
or
were
was
like
a hash brown?
Potato cakes. I don't know what the fuck they were called. No, they didn't call it a hash brown. They called it a potato something.
Okay.
It was like a triangle. And it was delicious. And they quit. The one thing they had that was amazing, they quit selling it. And now they're doing burgers and shit.
Okay, Arby's is really trying to stay in the game, and I give it to them because here in Montgomery at on the Taylor Road, here's the problem. Arby's is right next to Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A has like 40 people in line, and there's like 2 people in line at the Arby's.
Colin Biscuit says, D Lucky, we in a time warp. JGT may tell AA to wrap it up at 1 a.m. beaches.
Exactly. We're going to wrap it up at the Waffle House.
No, we're not. We're not going to.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up at the Taco Bell.
That may happen. He's like, he's not going to porker Russ. He may porker Russ. He may porker Russ. And D Lucky affirmed that position and said, we are in the multiverse, call me Biscuit. Yes.
I know.
Vin says, I'm surprised that no one is showing you to love the Jacks. We ate at Jacks one time. It was during the pandemic. And
it was a great experience, though.
We sat in the shadow of the AUM library for some reason. Why the fuck are we over there?
Because we were scared as hell and we didn't know where we could eat. And so we went someplace that
Can you imagine?
had picnic. Yeah, it's so
weird,
crazy now to think about that. But
yeah.
It is what it is.
And D Lucky says, get that lady a waffle.
Thank you, D Lucky.
All right, we'll probably wrap it up there. We're almost, well, we got to go to 2 hours, right?
We literally have 3 minutes. Can we make it 3 minutes? Can you make it 3 minutes, Jay? That's all I need to know. Can you make it 3 minutes?
Well, we're losing people rapidly because you're so lit. That's okay.
Because I'm lit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, here's the bourbons that we were drinking earlier. Look at that beautiful grid. We're ampering the pours. We're looking.
Ampere.
We were ampering the pours.
It's French. Ampere.
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 Wow, you really said it with your tongue. We were looking for stuff that we thought rivaled or bested Blanton's for the price and the availability, considering how tough Blanton's can be to find these days. And Courtney probably thinks the Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin is the best parallel to Blanton's because she complained that the Russell's was too heavy at 110 proof and thought that the Russell's 10, which was I think 96 proof, was more appropriate. But I think it's watered down, I think. Courtney is getting quiet. She's at the part of her high where she's getting quiet now. Yeah.
Well, let me have a little more rare breed.
How about you not have more? How about you drink some of that water and we start thinking about getting you ready for work in the morning?
Y'all, this is definitely a flipping of the script right here, is it not?
Colin Biscuit says, I wiped down groceries in the pandemic. I did too, brother. I cannot believe I did that. Tell stories, JG, how we survived COVID on the drain. Boy, we used to do those shows, man. So therapeutic.
It was. It was therapeutic for him and for folks that were joining.
I didn't have anything to do. Yeah, you need some BioLite, girl. Drink that shit. This is definitely a reversal of fortune here, for sure.
This is funny. This doesn't ever happen. Like,
I'm not sure it's ever happened.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Well, I don't always have heart problems. D Lucky says, I want to confirm that I have caught. I was on some champagne pre-chat. Wait, what now? I have properly bourbon now?
Hey, listen. D Lucky, it's all good. Love you, buddy.
He was drinking champagne?
Don't question. Just say yes. Love you, D Lucky.
He was drinking champagne?
It's okay to drink champagne.
What,
You drink mimosas, so don't you question anybody else. Correct?
Not commonly, but he didn't necessarily
on the last show, You discussed how you drank mimosas. A mimosa flight is what you chose.
I know. Yeah, I know. Okay, he wants to confirm that he is caught up. He was on champagne. Now he's properly bourboned. Attaboy. That's what I'm talking about. Mike B is continuing to double down on this, Courtney. I am from Georgia originally. Crystal is the White Castle of the South. Now, that is probably fair.
I will say that is fair. That is fair. But White Castle is so much better.
The buns are way better. They're gooier and thinner.
Okay, yeah, there's like way too much bun on the Crystal. The White Castle one has a lot of grease in it, so it's better.
Biscuit, that's funny, dude. D Lucky where you listen to Coldplay. That goes perfectly with some champagne. Champagne is fine before noon. I would argue that on a Sunday, you could probably go a little bit afternoon. Let's give it to 2 on a Sunday. Not any other day, though.
When Jay's at his brunch that he loves.
I'll drink a few mimosas around lunch on a Sunday. That's about it.
This is the guy who never used to have a cocktail at all.
I thought cocktails were for girls, but Neil McCready changed my mind on that. You want me to talk about Neil again?
No.
AE256 says, bottomless mimosas are tough to beat to start a Saturday.
That is 100. Well, usually it's a Sunday for us. But yes, a Saturday, I agree. When you go to a brunch on a Saturday, yes.
Vince says, how French of you, D Lucky.
D Lucky is very fancy.
He's very, very fancy. He sure is. He's
sure.
very fancy. Mm-hmm. All right, we made it 2 hours. We went an extra minute, actually. So we want to thank all 43,000 people that were here earlier.
I saw 45.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Wow, that's awesome. And it's really coming along for you, Courtney.
I'm really proud of you, Jay.
We want to make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, you definitely want to do that.
Please subscribe.
I think that the Dirty Dozen here has probably been subscribed from the very beginning.
Yes, but get that old AOL account out and subscribe to that.
And these are the people that watch Dimmers, drive-throughs, and s'mores.
S'mores.
He's the best in Pennsylvania, putting a marshmallow on a stick. All right, we'll wrap it up there. For those of you, look at this. Call Me Biscuit says, when can we super chat you poor bastards?
We get 500 subscribers.
We need to get to 500 subscribers.
We need some people.
We're like, I don't know, like...
Or 14
70
tonight?
Short, maybe?
Yeah.
But we'll get
Jay
there.
Jay won't put it on.
I mean, I'll just put it on the bunker one of these days, and I'll get shit from Power Man or whoever that get mad.
Power Man can talk to me.
You're taller than him, and you could probably put a beating on him. But anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for being with us tonight. I know a lot of you guys have gone either wire to wire or pretty damn close. OTAG for sure went wire to wire.
Thanks for dealing with us.
Blake,
and for
thanks
Jay
for checking in from the
Strumcast.
East Coast, brother. Mike. Good stuff today. I'm not sure about the take on Crystals and White Castle being equivalent, but
that's okay. We'll work through it.
But hey, everybody's got to miss every now and then.
Everybody has some therapy to
You
work
had 99
through.
hits, and everybody strikes out occasionally. That's fine. But we'll see you guys. We're going to do our show next week.
Yes, we will.
And for the Auburn folks, I will be back on the Brain Train on Saturday. That's a 3 o'clock tip. Mississippi State at Auburn will be probably on the air at like 5:30ish, and we'll go like an hour on there. Mm-hmm. So. Anyway, let's see. Wardam Steve says, I'm offended you post Bourbon Blend notifications on the bunker. There are people who get pissed about it, and they send me direct messages.
I don't understand this. That's
and
just
that's
crazy
your own
to me.
personal thing. And I'm
If
like,
you
come
don't,
on,
it says
man.
OT. Like, if you don't want to join, don't join.
I know. I don't understand.
Anyway,
people want to reason.
night, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Cheers.
See ya.